already knew Vinshenzo was a new player here tonight, but Seeker, Ashley is here. She's listening. She's fiddling with something right now.
Hello.
Greetings.
All right. So, for the sake of the fact that there was like mid-IC crazy shit going on, we're gonna immediately whip things up to bat at the Alliance Council. But before we do that, just to give Vinshenzo and Vasseray a second to like immerse themselves, I'd just like to know once again what Carlos, Isaac, Nephis are going to be occupying their time with while this debacle is descending.
Be making sure the kobolds don't get into trouble.
Okay, so you're just going to basically like be babysitting the refugees.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they're going to be like gravitating to me anyway, since I'm like a big kobold. So.
Yeah, I think they'd be very curious as to what's up with you.
Well,
are you a kobold? What are you?
Straight out the bat, because
how much time has passed since they arrived?
It's still like the same day, within maybe an hour or two of their arrival.
Alright, so yeah, I'd probably be hanging out with them, showing them the settlement and stuff after they finish their eating.
Deadly. Alright, so I can say straight off the bat, Carlos, Santiago, the kobolds approach you and immediately begin babbling at you in Draconic. As it is their native tongue.
I understand this.
Yes, you do.
Awesome.
So I kind of look at them and like raise my eyebrow for a second, and then I like hold up my hands until they stop. I'm like, I'm sorry, but I grew up around humans. I don't know that language.
For basically only Isaac can understand this, and Carlos can witness this, but they all sort of like, it's kind of like a dog who just realizes the interesting thing that they've been sniffing is no longer cool, and they all just sort of like melt away from you and move towards back into a bunch. And Isaac, you can hear them proclaiming to each other as they go back into sort of like the crowd that the new one is an outsider.
I scooch over to Carlos and I whisper and I think they just know you an outsider.
Well, they're not wrong. I should really learn Draconic.
They pretty much, given the situation and that they have just come from, the shock of it all and the trauma of the whole thing, you can tell that it's waning, and now they're all pretty nervous and in a state of essentially shock. Yes, you did save some of them, which is why they'd like come up to you, speaking to you in their native tongue. And then they realize that you're not who they thought you were.
I'm not cool after
kind
all.
of odd.
They drifted away once they realized that you don't actually understand what the fuck they're talking about, and that makes you strange. And Nephis, you said you're just on your ship.
Yes, sir. Fishing.
Fishing. Roll me nature, or sorry, roll me survival.
Whoa. Ooh. Let's get this bad boy out. Nature's up. What was that? 19. Ooh.
I had corrected myself to say survival. I don't know if that changes your result.
Oh, survival? Then damn, that's gonna be bigger.
Yeah,
You what? That's gonna be a 24.
Yeah, he's
Wow. Oh, okay. Well, you catch one absolute specimen of a speckled bass.
Oh.
It is, when you get it, it is the length of your forearm, or sorry, the length of your arm, and it seems like it's the width of your, almost like the breadth of your torso. It's a big fat fish.
Kind of like a flounder, weird looking fella.
Oh no, it's like a big chunky, big chunky bass, but it's like big and fat. It's been living well. And now it's,
bass.
now you're
Living
gonna be
like
eating
Larry.
well. Yeah. So that's what you're up to. All right, Vin and Vazarai, you guys ready? Kick this shit off.
Okay.
I am. Continuing off of the IC.
Readings.
Whoa.
Yeah, continuing off of the IC.
Basically, Vazray was asking if the council would allow her in, and it seems like Vin is on board with this. The question is, what of the rest of the council members on that particular note? Would they be in approval or not?
Oh.
Pelial was in approval to the point where he even said that the refugees can stay in the lodge houses that are managed by the order, which is one of the four sort of big factions. Well, three big factions, but one of the four commanded factions in the alliance.
All right.
And he basically stood up and said, like, yeah, it's okay. My buddies and I will take all your friends under our wing. We'll make sure you're taken care of. And then as soon as he sat down, Sigrid stood up and he said, hang on a second. Like, this is a civilian matter. This should be done for the Sanctuary Council, which handles all the civilian issues. And then he sat down. And then I don't think Vinshenzo. Oh, yeah, Vinshenzo has.
Amithray was mad.
Amithray was mad. Nobody noticed except for her husband, because that's how spouses work sometimes.
Hell
Especially
yeah,
when we've been
dude.
living with each other for decades.
Eons. I'm sorry.
And that's about as far as we've gotten. So, Vin, the only thing you've mentioned was that you think it's a good idea for Vasarai to represent
Yeah.
her people. So, Vasarai, I'll give you a chance to respond to that.
I was being dramatic.
I am willing to accept until I can find somebody that is more just better for this particular position. But since I am pretty much the leader of this group right now, that it seems like I'm probably the best for the position at the moment. So if Vin is allowing me, I'd like to know what the other council members think if they would allow Vazray under the council.
Oh no.
As both Commander Siegfried and Pelial have already spoken, it is technically Amithray's ergo also means Vinshenzo because he speaks for her. It's their turn to sort of respond to the statements that have been made. And Vinshenzo, you are directed by your wife, who sort of like tugs down your shoulder and whispers in your ear that she supports the move to Sanctuary, or the move for these refugees to be handled in Sanctuary so that the Order doesn't get a hold of them. She whispers that part to you, and then lets you up, and then just kind of stays sitting there, leans back in her chair and crosses her arms.
Vinshenzo sits down, having concluded the business of House Cairona.
Hell yeah.
No, you haven't. She's telling you to stand up and speak.
Oh.
Your wife whispered in your ear because you act as her voice, and she told you what to puff it
I
out.
just got done saying in IC that I support Vazaray.
Oh, did you? Oh, okay. Yeah, but do you support the matter being switched to the Sanctuary Council? Because that's what your wife wants
I
to express.
also said that in IC. I said no.
Okay. No, you don't want it at Sanctuary Council.
No, this is
Your
higher.
wife-
This
your
is
wife-
higher than peasant rabble.
Your wife wants this situation brought to Sanctuary Council.
Oh well, that
That's
would
what
have
your
been
wife
nice
just-
to know.
She just told you just now.
Yeah, but I've already said a contradicting thing in IC. Okay, whatever.
fucking-
Okay, I take everything
I
back.
tell you right now, Amithray does not care. That's why she whispered in your ear, "Hey, fix that."
Change your fucking mind.
Okay.
You speak for me, not for we.
Damn.
Says
I'm just
Amathray
trying
sometimes.
to flatter our guests. Okay, sure, whatever.
So from the sounds of it, I will not be joining the council. Is that correct?
No. Let me just declare
I just need
this
you to
broadly.
clear this out, please. Yeah.
Nobody said
It's not
anything
about
yet.
you and the council. It's about the situation of where the refugees are being housed. That she's trying to have not being handled by the Alliance Council because you don't know. But that's what she's asking Vinshenzo. Hey, make this refugee decision go to somewhere else. She's like, she hasn't said anything about Vasserai. So as far as everybody is concerned, nobody has objected. And that's the state of the decision that you're at currently. We haven't progressed farther in the meeting.
Okay.
So I understand that you're waiting for a response, but none of the other commanders are standing up to respond yet, and Amathray's done what she's done.
In that case, I will hold my action. Now what?
Meeting adjourned.
Damn.
Okay. If Vinshenzo is adjourning the meeting, then the meeting will be adjourned, and the other commanders, aside from Siegfried, but Peliel just stands up and walks off without a word to anybody. And Siegfried waits for Amathray and Vinshenzo to stand before standing.
In that case, if things are adjourned, Vasserai is going to briefly take her leave. I don't know how long they're planning to take a break. But she's probably going to go and make a prayer really quick. So just
Sounds good.
take some time alone for a minute after what just happened. But yeah, we're going to find a private space for just a little bit, see if we can pray to Bahamut, and while I don't expect to hear anything, we'll see where we get from there.
Well, if you're looking for privacy, there's an entire deserted island with miles of beach and mountains. Aside from that, most of the buildings in this area that you investigate, you find are populated to some degree, whether it's with sleeping shift workers or just people living their lives.
I was more hoping to go on the edge of town, maybe just for a minute, if it's not too big. Yeah, just on the edge of town.
Town is not too big. It's okay.
Yeah, so we're just gonna go on the edge of town to do this. And I think that is what Vasserai will do for right now, unless there is anything else you need from me.
I don't need anything else from you.
Very
unless
well.
you need something else from me, but it sounds like you're good.
Yep, I'm good.
Vinny boy.
Hello.
Oh.
Hi.
You meeting adjourned. What's up next?
Okay. Oh. I don't know. I guess I would promptly get back to work on the guild.
Okay. Deadly. As everyone dissipates, your wife grabs you by the arm, and she tells you, "We must speak at home, if you will."
Okay.
That doesn't sound good.
And then she leads you up to your cottage.
I follow.
She dismisses the guy who effectively has turned into your household servant, the fellow who was doing the gardening when you first showed up at the cottage. He is transformed essentially into your manservant now. So you do have one entire staff member who's permanently waiting on your cottage. And she dismisses him, tells him to get the fuck out of here, quite curtly.
Okay.
With that attitude of "I'm on a mission" that you're quite familiar with. As soon as the door shuts to the cottage, she turns around and she curses, "That pious fool!" If we weren't in so short need of manpower, I'd have him killed. Pelial is too much. We cannot allow him to seize more power and more influence among this population in this town. Vinshenzo. He is becoming unruly.
Just as I expected, Amathray.
This must be managed. This must be contained and observed.
These humans. It's
I will point out to you he's an Azamar.
Yeah.
but he's okay, yeah. Okay, never
just-
mind.
Whether it matters to you or not,
I
if you
don't
want to
know
still
how
say he's part
how
human.
ASMR propagate.
They are descended of celestial blood. So I think they follow the rules of the birds and the bees, but they're just. I don't think they share the same lifespan of.
There's a strange fondness for these humans.
How could you expect any less from a man of the cloth, especially a greedy one like his? He ferries their souls to his god, just like any other shepherd with a flock. Humans, they're so easy to make believe.
Yeah.
Look at that Siegfried. You have him wrapped all up on your pinky. He will be a good friend to us both. For as long as he remains on this earth.
Even though I just publicly like embarrassed him.
She's telling you that. She's not telling him that.
Okay.
I'm just pointing that part out. He's useful. He's a tool. Those kobolds. We cannot allow the Order to get their hands on them, and none of any other new arrivals. You see, they're trying to implement some form of not a democracy per se, but they want to try and bring the voice of the people to the Alliance Council, as if they are in any position to give orders. Rabble. We must not allow the Order to have any more of a say than they already do. By funneling these refugees into civilian hands, it takes them out of the pockets of their Order and keeps them neutral. We are in power here now. We must not let that balance be disrupted, Vinshenzo.
Yes.
And she gives you a little peck on the cheek, and she says, "Now,
Oh,
run along with your project. I have more work to do."
yes. Can I tell her something? I tell her
Yeah.
something.
Tell her whatever you want. She's your wife.
My dear, you should be planning for the right moment to seize control of these hapless goons.
She turns back to you, and with an index finger, she gently brushes your neck and chin from the Adam's apple all the way up to your chin, and she says, "Timing is everything. We are elves. We have much patience. The time is not now. We need more friends in our party. We need to expose Pelial and his cronies within the Order as the greedy fools they are. As soon as they have been publicly humiliated or otherwise ashamed, then we can righteously achieve power without worrying about any unnecessary complications. When the people see you as the hero, they are more likely to follow, especially if you denounce the opponents as a villain."
I just killed
My
a
mother taught me a
dragon,
thing or
bitch.
two about politique.
Okay. Sorry.
That's fine. She wants Peliel to stumble and look like the bad guy so she can swoop in and look like the good guy.
That can be arranged. That can be arranged. Is that what you desire, my lady?
It is. We cannot risk this workforce that we have already established to have unnecessary losses from internal conflict. We must make this as clean and as effective a takeover as possible.
Hell yeah.
It is uncharacteristic of what I'm used to, but these are uncharacteristic times.
Hell yeah, dude.
Seeker loves it.
I don't know if I want to go through with this.
It's not really your choice, is it?
Yeah. Sorry, wife, I changed my mind.
Vin
You
would
what?
want to go through with it, but Seeker might not.
Oh, then play your character, dude.
Okay. Carlos told me to play my character. My hands are tied.
Yeah,
Hell
you're
yeah.
tied now, baby.
Whatever happens next is entirely Carlos's fault.
Hell yeah. Bring it.
It will be done.
Oh, Carlos.
Oh, Carlos, what have you done?
Oh, who's that?
Does
Bro.
anybody else have any business with the rest of the day? Either regarding
hold on,
the
who's this?
refugees? Who's what?
Is it
Hey, phone who
Ashley?
dis?
This last dude fight or whatever.
Is Ashley Bro the last dude fighter?
I don't know who that is.
I'm about to say I don't know who that is.
That's one of my friends.
He's on my friends list, but I don't know who the fuck
I
they
don't
are.
think I've seen him in. Wasn't he in?
Can you
Wasn't he
find
in
out?
PG
Because
when we were doing Eternal Crusade?
if he's somebody that
Yeah.
we actually know, I'll let him back in.
I
If
don't
he's
know
just a
him.
Fucking rando.
Like, I might have known him years ago, but I don't know him anymore.
He doesn't
Yeah,
seem. He doesn't seem worth my time.
Now he's just
Probably
somebody
isn't.
that I used to know.
Okay. Well, I'm.
Guess you're just gonna have
And
to
with
go to
that,
the movie.
D&D's ruined. Thanks, Knight.
I'm sorry.
He's not
Okay.
really.
The guy is trying to join again, by the way.
I'm gonna delegate this down because I have a game to run and I can't pause time to fucking deal with this motherfucker. Yeah. So, Vasray, you've prayed to Bahamut. Is there anything you'd like to do with the rest of your day? And I'll get to the rest of the party as well. If there's anything you want to do, just vis-a-vis the fucking refugees and shit. If not, we'll move into fast forward time.
I don't expect to hear anything from Bahamut. I could be met with silence. I could not. Do you want me to roll religion at all? Or no?
Are you just praying? You're just nothing
Yeah,
special. You're just
I'm
doing
just-
a pray.
I'm hoping that I can hear something from him, but I probably can't. I probably don't have that level of connection. So, if not, it's fine. I'll just say it's regular prayer, if anything.
Yeah, your prayers don't specifically go answered. But you know, the prayer itself, the period that you had was calm and peaceful and fairly
I needed it.
yeah, it was very quiet. Found a nice spot that had a good view of either the bay or the mountains or any of that kind of stuff.
Okay.
Really. Any tropical scenery you'd like to sit and look at while you're praying. That's what you get to view. It's your vista.
Well, this might be home now, and this is what it seems to be for right now.
For now,
She's still going to continue to hold hope about home, though.
1000%.
Regardless of what the council says, she's going to ignore it, even if Tamora is saying that, you know, it's certainly true. She wants to hear from Bahamut or somebody related to him. So
1000%.
yeah. So with that done, I'm going to see about heading back to town.
Heading back to town, eh?
Yep, and I'm trying to figure out if I want to check on the survivors or... I mean, everybody's probably still getting situated right now, and until the council is done doing the little meeting, I don't want to get everybody into, like, expecting something and, you know, tell them something, and it's like, hey, we're doing this, only to realize that that's not what they wanted, and yeah.
All right. Well, you've been gone for however long you think you would have taken to pray is how much time has passed since you left. So nobody's come to get you or anything.
Yeah, I didn't expect
You've been
it.
entirely undisturbed. So I leave it up to you to decide what you should do next, because you've got no new information
what?
as to what's going on.
I am going to go speak to Carlos, because I forgot that I need to go thank him after
Where's
the whole
Carlos
rescue.
at?
Last time I checked, I think I saw him at the dock.
Yeah, it's still
Oh,
hanging
sorry.
around.
You're at the dock still?
Yeah.
Just chilling and being a dude. All right. Well, you see your big cobalt savior hanging out at the docks.
You must be this Carlos that the council was speaking of. The one who rescued us.
I certainly hope you haven't forgotten me already. It's only been a few days.
I have not forgotten. And on behalf of the Moon people, I thank you for saving what's left of us. I don't think we would have been able to survive without you.
That's what any decent person would have done, so I guess I decided I might as well try.
I have no idea what this place is. Just, it's so different from home. It just kind of looks out into like the bay and everything. Just so much water.
Yes,
It's
it still feels foreign to us.
It's also much warmer here than just kind of used to. Well, if you are in need of anything, please let me know. Otherwise, I think we're going to tend to the survivors, see if they need help. So,
Your people, I think I heard that you guys are going to be needing some place to stay, right? I know that Vinshenzo has already promised you some beds and whatnot at the guild hall.
they have.
But it is still probably 2 months away. I have a cottage up the hill. I have room for a fair number.
The accommodation should be enough, hopefully. If we need to have multiple sleep in a bed until things are in better conditions, we will. But for now, I want to make sure that the children have at least a place to stay.
All right, well,
appreciate the offer, though.
yeah, I'll be around.
He nods, and if there's anything else, she goes ahead and walks off. Still trying to figure out what the hell is wrong with this kobold.
Why does he act so human-like?
Why is he so
Queer individual.
Why is he so tall? How did he get this? What is he even eating?
What is he even eating?
Bananas. You gotta eat your bananas, you get nice and big. Alright, well, eventually a number of humans descend towards the docks where all the refugees are waiting. They introduce themselves as being members of the Quartermaster's Lodge and invite Vasserai and her refugees to take temporary accommodations in the empty beds in the lodge halls that they have. They're going to be situating them with the lizard folk and the Dragonborn sort of section of the town, so that the way they're among sort of more familiar.
Have we
they thought it would be a little bit more familiar.
Have we seen any Dragonborn yet?
You would have seen. Yes, you would have seen Dragonborn. There's only about a dozen of them, but they mostly fuck around by the docks. You have also seen lizard folk off in the distance, working in the fields and the rice paddies that are along the coastline by the town. And you would have seen some working at a construction site that's to the west of the town's edge, and you would have actually seen it while you were praying.
So Vazray probably wouldn't think too much of the lizard folk. They're probably fine to see. We probably haven't seen too many of them, really.
There's like 30.
But as far
30 of
as seeing any Dragonborn here, it's uplifting. It's a morale boost, if anything.
Oh!
Yeah, to see Dragonborn within this place. Basically the blessed ones of God. The gods, pretty much.
Oh.
We know that if they are still here with us, that things will probably be okay. Things will
damn.
turn up.
High hopes for the lizardy Dragonborns
Yeah.
side of the thing. Here we go. Yeah, there's 15 of them in the entire colony.
Yeah. So long as they're here within the colony, we have faith that we'll succeed at anything here.
Oh, of course. Oh, never mind. You wouldn't have seen her. Doy. You wouldn't have seen Khutula, but she's here. She's around.
We'd probably still have the same thought.
Oh my god, she's beautiful.
It's like, oh my god, a godkin.
But she's shut away in her cottage, so you're never really gonna see her.
He's probably like, please get the hell away from me.
Probably
Yeah,
most
good
definitely
old
would be.
What the hell is with all these little things? Why are they everywhere? Where do they come from?
Who did this? Whose fault is it?
Anyway, so yes, the refugees are moved to the longhouses that have that are close to where, as I said, the fellow Dragonborn and lizard folk population is currently stationed, and your group is informed by a dwarf as they arrive at the longhouses, specifically the quartermaster himself, Bellic Oak Thane. He informs you that these accommodations are temporary only until the inn structure, the guild hall, has been constructed, and then at that time you'll be whooshed out the door.
These accommodations will be more than enough, thank you.
He grunts and limps away.
We are also kind of happy to see dwarves too. We're not as thinking of them as like Dragonborn, but they were allies in the previous realm. So we were allied with dwarves, so we tend to think
Well,
of
there's
them
only
a
like
little bit
30
highly.
of them, but they're around.
Yeah, so
He's the only dwarf you would have seen so far.
it's good to see that there is potential good allies and everything here. Things are looking good here in the colony, at least.
Fuck yeah. All right. So, is there anything else anybody wants to do for this day today specifically?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
Yes.
Carlos would go around and he'd distribute the weapons that he got from the fire newts to those that are waiting for him.
Perfect. All right.
So since Isaac was nearby, he'd present Isaac with the bow and the arrows first.
Nice.
Yes, they look quite well made. I'm off to find the others and give them theirs.
Oh.
And since he was near the docks, I suppose next he would see if Nephis was around anywhere on the
This
docks.
is fishing currently on those boat.
Ah, so he's out to sea.
No, yeah. I guess he would be out to sea because he's fishing, unless he's fishing off the side of his boat. But because Nephis is not here, we'll say that he's actually like moored at the dock, but he's fishing off the back of the boat.
Okay. Yeah, then I'd give him his weapon as well.
Oh yeah, no, he would be. Okay, cool. So you give Nephis his weapon.
Yes. And he can
Deadly.
tell me how appreciative he is later. Which will probably be a grunt.
He doesn't even pay attention to you while he's fishing, and you basically just like lean it
Drop
against
it at
the
his
fucking
feet.
railing and then and then walk away.
And then lastly I'd go to Vinshenzo.
Oh.
Where's Vinshenzo? Is he at his cottage?
I'm either at my cottage toiling away at the guild by telling other people to work harder, or I'm looking for Miss Pinefall.
Well, Carlos would probably check the guild hall first.
Yeah,
Find a lot of
Vinshenzo there.
workers hard working away.
you find me.
Oh. Vinshenzo. There's something I was wanting to give you.
Hello, Mr. Carlos. Things are coming along nicely, wouldn't you say?
Yes, indeed. And also, the promise that the Fire Newts made about weapons is... Well, they've, with the iron we were able to provide, they were able to make some. So, and Carlos would take... How would they have been giving? Like, wrapped in burlap sheets or something, or what?
They would be wrapped in they'd actually be wrapped in dragon hide.
Oh, check that out. Yeah,
Like,
so he'd...
Dragon hide that
Oh,
hadn't
my.
it doesn't have any scales on it. It's just like the shit
The
underneath
hide under the scales. Got it.
Yeah.
So yeah,
They all have dragon hide bucklers or whatever fucking sheaths and apparatus is you need to store them.
Yeah, so he'd present him with two wrapped gifts in the dragon hide or whatever. One would be the 2 daggers, and then the other one would be the longsword for his wife.
Oh, Carlos. Thank you, Carlos. Mr. Carlos.
Yeah, with your I've seen when you do handle a weapon, it's usually a dagger, so I figured what better.
Indeed. I hope that I do not have to use it.
Aye, well, we know what usually happens with that hope.
What is that, Mr. Carlos?
Inevitably,
Plainly.
you're one to speak. But inevitably, blades will be drawn. Even by the staunchest pacifist.
Aye. Indeed. It is important to know the right time.
Indeed.
It's what
But if
separates
there's nothing...
us from the barbarians, Carlos.
Well, I imagine it's a little more than that.
One thing or another, yes.
Anyway, it's been a long trip for me, so I'll be retiring to my cottage if you need me.
I will present this to Amethray. She will be most pleased, Mr. Carlos. As am I.
I hope it's to her liking.
It is a shame
Carlos
those creatures use this fine material for, and Vin is referring to the dragon hide. He holds up the wrapping or the holster or whatever.
Your little like scabbard for your daggers made of dragon hide.
Yeah.
Oh,
It is
okay.
it is a shame that they have used such a material for such a primitive use.
Well, at least you know it's high quality.
Yes. I suppose it's a fetching ornament on one's belt.
Aye. It really separate you from the others.
Yes.
Even more so than normal.
Finn narrows his eyes at Carlos. Yes.
I'm not saying that's a bad thing, my dear friend.
Let me
And then
ask
Carlos
you,
would... Go ahead.
before you go, Mr. Carlos, I have one other token of business. May I have your honest opinion on that god creature thing, Helial? What do you make of him?
I'm sorry, what did you do? On what?
Pelial.
Pelial.
On the council.
Remind me which one that is? I haven't really been
Yeah, some
minding them much business.
He's the ASMR.
For your information, Carlos, Pelial is the commander of the Order forces in the Alliance. He's an Aasimar who serves the god Tyr. This is something that Carlos himself would know because he's been there for months.
Oh, he slighted you, did he? How did he do that?
You were there, Mr. Carlos.
I don't believe I was.
Oh, was Carlos not there?
No.
Oh. Never mind that, then. What do you make of him?
Well, I haven't had to make much of him. I mean, I guess he's been doing his job, making sure the colony's in order, so can't be all that bad, right?
Yes, well...
I take it you've taken a disliking to him. Or perhaps your wife?
What makes you say that, Mr. Carlos?
I know who you speak for.
Yes.
That is all.
My words are my own, Mr. Carlos. Well, Amithray and I are aligned. My words are my own. You have my word.
Look, if this is your way of asking for help or something, I mean, I've known you longer than him. That's all you should need to know.
Oh. Don't be ridiculous, Carlos. I would never harm anyone on this isle.
As you say.
Yes.
Was there anything else?
Perhaps your services could be of use, though.
And what services would those be?
Actually, I have a question for the DM first before I say that.
I have an answer for the player second.
Has the island... Oh
Sorry.
my god.
I just
What
spilled the
happened?
whole
Did your
thing
house
of-
collapse?
No, I just fucking like whipped my arm to the side while I grabbed my beer, and I fucking sent my entire thing of pens and pencils flying.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
your
fucking
long ass
biffed it.
spaghetti arms take off the freaking table like Sasha's tail does.
Okay, sorry, I'm paying attention now.
I have a question. Have we
The island.
invented locks yet?
Locks exist in rare numbers. Whatever locks were on things when you guys showed up are the number of locks you have at the colony. Unless you want to, and I do mean this legitimately, if you want to go around and start just pilfering locks from places, go ahead.
No, I'm asking.
I mean like around the world.
I'm asking more like, is it common that buildings are locked at night?
None of the buildings get locked. Aside from like the cottages have that primitive like sort of public bathroom stall door bolt system on the inside of the door, so you just like bolt it shut at night. They put it in there mostly to make sure that you don't end up spooning with a wild boar.
Okay.
The only things that are locked is the coin in the treasury of the Guildmaster's Lodge, and the weapons are also kept under lock and key.
Okay.
Not all of the weapons in the world, but just all of like the military shit is kept under lock and key.
I disregard my last sentence then.
Understood.
I would never
All right,
harm anyone on this isle, Carlos.
Of course.
Yes.
Yo, good?
If that was everything, then Carlos would
Yes.
head to his cottage and rest for a while. Probably for the rest of the day.
Shall. Nephis, while you were fishing on the back of your boat, Carlos snuck up behind you and gifted you a weapon that you had ordered from the salamanders, and then tiptoed off as you were fishing.
What is this weapon? I have long-term dementia.
It's a fucking magic, fire magic imbued saber
You're not the only one.
with a dragon skin sheath, right?
Another weapon to add.
Yeah, dragon hide sheath.
Dragon hide sheath, yes. Yeah. This one's magical.
So was the other one I had.
Was it though?
Yes, actually all my weapons are magical.
Oh.
I'm magical.
You're magical. Good for you.
Thank you. Yeah, I'll need to have that sent to me later. Or in writing.
Deadly.
I accept this gift humbly. Continue fishing.
All right. I see in the chat that Vasserai has something she wants to do before she ends the day. Is there anybody else who's got business? Before we,
Yes, I do.
Thank you for writing that down. Okay, well, I'm going to jump to Vasserai really quick and see what she's got going on.
I have two things I want to do. One, first of all,
Yeah.
If it's possible for me to go and visit the blacksmith, I was hoping to see about if there's any way that I could have some new half-plate armor made for me. I know.
Well, you'd be looking really long and really hard to find a blacksmith here because there is no blacksmith here right now.
There was a dwarven master smith.
Yeah, well, he's a master smith, but he does not have a smithy. Like, there is no...
Hey, he's the best we got.
He's in the process of building it. Like, the most he can do is unbend your spear.
Oh,
tip,
well.
And he can sharpen your axe. He doesn't have any facilities right now.
That's fine. Does he know any other place that I could get armor, or will I have to make my own, or just wait?
You're gonna need to find something off island, or you're gonna have to wait for him to finish building his shop. Because it is actually like under construction right now. They're actually building a smithy. That's where you find him, is at the site where some of the workers are finishing up making the frame of the building.
Okay. In that case, yeah, I will just have to work with what I've got. I do have options, thankfully.
Yeah. What was thing 2?
Thing 2, I want to ask you this. This is in my inventory. I think you've already seen it. But did my ritual book survive?
Oh.
Yes, your ritual book would have survived.
I'm a
It'd
ritual.
be a little bit wet.
I'm a ritual caster.
Oh.
Ooh. It would be quite wet and probably needs some time in the sun.
It probably does. It's probably fine. Just
As
making
you
sure that's
inspect
okay.
it, though, like looking through, you can see that all of the inscriptions themselves are still intact miraculously. It's just that, as I said, the whole thing's soaking wet, so you'll need to just give it some time to dry out, which is
It's fine.
really a non-thing.
Yeah, well, we'll get that done.
I don't know where you're going to find any sunshine on this tropical island.
No, not at all. This is probably more sunshine than even home had. We had a lot of cloud cover.
Oh, yeah.
It was good on the eyes.
All right, what's thing 2? Oh, sorry, you already said that, just ritual.
This would probably be before bed. I was curious to if it was possible that I could ritual cast Find Familiar.
Okay, I just want to double check because I think Vinshenzo's on the prowl to find you.
Oh, he is. He might catch me in the middle of my ritual.
Well, he might catch you a hell of a lot before your ritual if you're going to do that at bedtime.
Okay.
'Cause
First,
it's like 2 in the afternoon.
First, I'd need to figure out how exactly that works as far as familiar is concerned. I think it'd be a celestial, or a fae, one of the two. It's probably celestial. I want to try and reach for the original pet that I had back in the old realm. If he's no longer existent, I can try to reach for something else. Since it's not.
We'll burn that bridge when we get to it, but Vinshenzo finds you before you have the opportunity to do this.
It's like you just see the kobold just maybe sitting on the floor, just looking at a book. It's kind of wet right now, and the kobold looks to you, Vin, kind of confused.
Greetings, Miss Pinefall.
Greetings. What is it that you need?
I do not think that we have been properly acquainted.
DM,
Yeah?
do I see the dragon hide thing he received earlier?
Oh, I didn't.
Are you
equip
wearing
it.
the dragon hide? Are you wearing the dragon hide dagger on you?
No,
Then no.
I'm going to
Okay.
equip it later.
Okay, yeah, she doesn't react to that then. Okay. So you were asking about introductions, is that correct, Ben?
Yes.
Well, as you probably already know, I am Vazray Pinefall of the Kingdom of Moon. Went to bring my people back to safety, and went through that big portal, whatever it was, it swallowed us up. Before I came here, I was a temple guard, actually,
Yes.
if you must know. It was a temple guard to Bahamut, but it seems that position has changed quite clearly. Is there something more that you wish to know?
No.
He squints looking at him. He's just kind of curious if it's something else. It's like, that's very odd.
I just wanted to give my apologies that the council meeting perhaps didn't go as you had been wishing.
Something tells me that the council have not all been allies before, judging by your tones.
We were
At least-
allies in the old world, yes.
The way that, perhaps just looking at a few of the council members, I'm kind of curious, what were you before?
I was a member of House Cairona, a Drow, a noble house in the Underdark. I held a barony on the surface in a kingdom called Nancon.
What's a Nancon? Oh.
A kingdom, a realm, so to speak.
I, of course, having never been there, no such
Yeah.
thing.
What's that place?
Yeah, what? I don't know that place.
Yes.
Huh. Sounds cool. I'd love to visit.
Bin bows and says, "That is quite all right. Just know that your people, as much as I am able to, will be respected on the council."
She's a bit curious as to why she's kind of hearing this.
Because
She doesn't-
you are the leader of your people, are you not?
The acting leader for now, yes.
Yes. That is why.
Well, I appreciate this. Hopefully that I will be able to help lead my people to better beginnings, new beginnings, whatever this is now that we have.
Yes. We will make of it what we are. What we will. Excuse me. Shedding our roots in the old world it's a difficult process, but it has its benefits, I believe.
I mean, no offense, but you're unusual for a drow.
Yes. I agree.
Most drow that my people have been used to are Of course, one's of the Underdark. But generally, they come by as traders wishing to sell things to us, and generally seem more chipper, and then they go on their way to go about their business down below. Usually don't
They
see.
seem more chipper than me?
Yes.
The happy singing bard guy? Okay.
You sound. Yeah, I mean, you're not like jumping, it's like, hey, do you want to see this? We can sell you
I
this.
apologize for my outburst on a council. But it was important to speak for your people before they were so carelessly disregarded.
Yes, I will say it's a lot to take in, and considering that we've only just arrived, I have a feeling we're going to need a lot more time to figure out our place here.
Yes. Take as much time as you need, Miss Pinefall.
She nods. Is there anything else you wish to discuss?
That is all.
In that case, I will see you tomorrow at the council.
Oh.
It was simply put on hold, was it not?
No, I think tomorrow is like the peasants, the civilians, the town hall meeting.
Oh, so it would have to go to a different day.
Today was the Senate meeting or whatever, and tomorrow's
The Alliance Council.
the local yokels.
So
Oh,
the
well.
Alliance Council is the military council, which kind of also.
Well, that's RP worthy because she doesn't know when the next time is. It was just simply said that meeting was adjourned for right now.
Nobody at all said anything about times for the Alliance Council, and
That's right.
Vin informs her of the times.
But sorry, let me rephrase that. Nobody said a time.
I say
Okay.
there, fine lady, do you know the times?
Jesus Christ, dude.
I know nothing.
If there's anything scheduled, Vin would inform her, but if nobody knows when the next meeting is, then I don't know, because I can't know.
No, there would be a Sanctuary Council meeting. It wouldn't be like
You don't know what you don't know.
there would be a Sanctuary Council meeting, but you wouldn't know because no, you would because it's the town hall. So you know that there is one Sanctuary Council meeting every week, and it's the middle of the week that it happens. So it'll be in 2 days hence.
I
Oh, so we
inform
have
her
a
of
little
the
bit of time.
time.
Ah, I see. In that case, I will meet back on that day then.
Yes, it would be important for you to attend, to keep up appearances.
I will attend.
Okay. This is good shit.
Is there anything else you want, Vinshenzo? I believe is what it was called.
Yes. You may call me Vinshenzo Cairona. Or any
yes.
variation that suits you.
Vinshenzo Cairona. I apologize. If there is nothing more to discuss, I think I am going to make ready for the night. She kind of looks at her ritual book for a moment. Seeing it's just still kind of wet, it's like, probably should have dried this out a little bit more.
Take care during the night, Miss Pinefall.
Is there something that I should know?
No.
Okay. Do you stay, Vin, or are you done?
I go. I disappear into the darkness.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Once I'm out of sight, I shake my black ass.
Lord.
Dear Lord.
Okay, so what I was trying to do, DM, is that before bed, if it was possible, I'd like to try and get my old pet back, but if he no longer is something that I can reach for,
based
to
on the
find it.
wording of Find Familiar, and I have it right here in this player's handbook that I'm holding in my hand.
Wow.
Yeah, I know. Shut up. If you do Find Familiar, it just basically just in front of you in a shape, in a specific shape that you desire. So
Okay.
your familiar just kind of poofs in and out of existence. It's not actually like a pet.
I'm aware. I mean, I know it's not like
Yeah.
an actual pet, but it's as close
Yeah.
to one
So
as I can
basically,
probably get.
by conducting the ritual, it will come to being.
Okay. I summon cat.
You summon cat. You have cat.
Hell yeah.
So you get to choose whether it's a celestial, a fae, or a fiend.
Oh.
It is not. It would be funny if it was a fiend, though. It would totally be a cat for that.
Is it a white cat named Rice? A fiend?
Nightmare Kitty.
Wow.
No, it's probably like a gray cat, and we'll call him Coco.
Coco.
Yes.
What type is it?
A gray cat.
No,
It is a celestial
Okay.
right now. So yeah, we have cat. We are happy again.
You got cat.
And I guess one last thing. Am I alone in this room? Am I expecting anybody else to come into this room?
Oh, you have a large number of people that are in this room. This is not a room. This is a lodge house or a longhouse. It is a very long building that can basically accommodate like 50 plus people.
Okay, I'm certainly not doing anything then. All right, in that case, I'm taking my cat and I'm going to bed.
All right.
Wow.
Any last takers for today?
Yes.
Get her done.
I know we're
don't
waiting
want
on
to,
our friend to show up, so I don't want to take too much time.
It's okay. That's why, but I want to still make sure that you guys get everything done
But
that you
Vin
want to
has
do
a-
before
has a-
we.
As a plan.
A plan. Okay, let's do it.
Plans within plans.
Vin
Cells.
would go to his home as if to retire for the night.
Or it was a ruse.
It was a ruse.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
And then Vin casts invisibility on himself.
All right.
Can I get to Helial's domicile within 1 hour?
Yeah, he's got a cottage too.
Yeah.
The all of the Alliance commanders now have cottages. Or not now have. They do have their own places to live.
Can I reach his domicile within 1 hour?
Quite easily. He's not your next door neighbor, but he's like just down the road from you.
Okay. I sneak out of the house and go to Peliel's domicile while invisible.
All right.
I observe the house.
The cottage looks just like every other one of the structures. It's unremarkable in that sense. You see through the painless open windows that I'm staring at my Discord. That Pelial is in prayer at an altar in the main room of the cottage. There is one candle that is providing illumination in the entire cottage that is sat atop the altar itself.
And it's
And he
completely
is,
dark outside, right?
It's completely dark outside.
Okay.
As dark as it could be on a tropical night.
Breaking concentration on invisibility. Hold on, let me just double check something real quick so I don't screw this up. Vinshenzo would like to hex Pelial. He has to make a wisdom saving throw, beating a 17.
A wisdom saving throw. All right. 17.
As a bonus action.
You pass. You pass. He fails.
Hell yeah. I'd like to hex his wisdom, please.
Okay.
Hell yeah, dude.
Dear Lord.
This feels awful. And I'd like to cast Modify Memory.
Ooh, what the fuck is that spell?
I have it right here.
Now I'm interested.
What is Vin
He has to
doing?
make a wisdom saving throw.
At disadvantage because he's hexed. Correct?
Are we in combat?
I'm just asking, is it a because you hexed his wisdom, right?
Oh, no. No. Oh, I forget how hex.
I'm gonna look up modify memory on my own, so if you need to change your character sheet around, you can.
When you.
LMNO.
Yeah, it's ability checks, not saves.
Disadvantage. Oh. Oh well, okay, whatever. He's hexed and I just God damn it. He's gonna pass the next one, isn't he?
I don't know. See how the dice roll.
I cast Modify Memory. 17 to beat again on Wisdom.
Understood.
He's gonna pass, isn't he?
See how the dice roll. A 9 plus. Yeah, he still fails.
Oh yes.
Visible excitement.
Alright, he falls incapacitated.
Oh boy. Alright. What memories are you modifying?
Sorry, I didn't say this, but I'd like to cast this as an 8th level spell.
Whoa, hang on a second.
Or wait, no, sorry,
What are
7th
you
level,
doing
7th
to this
level.
man?
I only have 7th level, I think.
Wait, you have a 7th level?
Or 6th level, sorry, 6th level.
Are you so you're doing 6th level, yes?
Yeah.
30 days ago.
Yes.
No, it's 7 days
Sorry.
ago.
7 days
30
ago.
is 7th.
Yeah, 6th
Yeah.
level.
Alright. I'm just reading up on it, but you carry on.
I creep in through the window and walk up to him. Hello, Pelial. Your memories have been fading lately. You cannot even remember the past council meeting. You feel something is wrong with you. You inform those who are closest to you. Or you feel the need to inform those who are closest to you. And then I hover over him, standing.
Oh my.
And then I creep out the window.
Getting a real Fallout vibe with that music, and I love it.
I creep.
Creeps out the window like a freaking burglar.
Well, he did steal his memories.
They're
All
gone
right.
now. I didn't even take them.
They're modified.
Okay.
Sorry, if I wasn't clear, I was saying that he's forgotten most
Yeah, he
of
forgets the last council meeting, and he feels as though something about him is off, and he's going to tell the people closest to him.
I-
The dementia music was a nice touch.
I would like to have
Yeah, I loved it.
I would like to have him forget like more, like have a spotty memory of the past 7 days.
God, he's not even
Okay.
gonna remember.
Into the
kobold.
thing, you can affect no more than 10 minutes.
No, oh, wait, hang on. What? While this charm lasts, you can affect the target's memory of an event that it experienced within the last 7 days for you. And that
But if you read the spell itself, no more than 10 minutes.
I'm reading. I was in the process of reading. That lasted no more than 10 minutes. You can permanently eliminate all memory of the event, allow the target to recall the event with perfect clarity and exacting detail, change its memory of the details of the event, or create a memory of some other event.
Oh God, and he doesn't even remember. He probably thinks he
So
missed
he
the
is-
council meeting.
He has entirely forgotten the council meeting.
Oh God,
It wasn't a very long time. He would have remembered probably going into the council and then just completely forgetting what it was he was meeting about.
He might have only heard about the kobold's landing and nothing more. He probably doesn't even remember Vaz right now.
Yeah, who knows? Who knows? That is entirely up to outside speculation. Because the only people who know what's going on in Pelial's mind right now are Vinshenzo and Pelial.
Yup.
I creep
And me.
out the window.
Run, man, run!
All right, you successfully creep.
I stroll back to my domicile. Or no, I cast
yeah?
invisibility and then I stroll back to my domicile.
Okay. Well, your wife is doing some paperwork at her desk.
Hell yeah. Vin is
And
done
she-
for the day.
Okay.
It is done. Oh wait, I present Amethray the gifts. Or the gift from Carlos. From the Fire Newts.
Ooh. Wait, wasn't Vazarai supposed to be like staying with you guys?
No.
It was
Vinshenzo?
offered, but then that didn't happen.
Yeah, it didn't
Okay.
happen.
I couldn't remember. There was a lot of things discussed in that theory.
Yeah, it didn't happen.
That's really cool. Okay, I just wanted to double check.
Vin offered her the shed. But
Yeah, I'm not sleeping there.
whatever.
Okay. Anyway, so yeah.
I
Well, your
guess.
wife picks up the dagger and inspects
No,
it.
the longsword.
Oh, sorry, the long sword, and she inspects it. She draws the sword out of its dragon hide scabbard, and she tests its balance. And then doing something that, as Vinshenzo, you probably wouldn't ever expect. She takes the long sword off of that she like always wears off of her hip, which was presented to her when she had become captain of the militia house guard. It was presented to her by her mother, Andra IV,
Oh.
whatever the fuck her name was. She places it on the desk and buckles the new longsword in its place.
Oh.
Hell yeah, dude.
And she looks at you and she says, "Ah, much more fitting, don't you think?"
Vin nods. A gift
Send my
from
regards
the
to your-
vagabonds. Mr. Carlos
Ah.
went to go fetch it. With the help of Mr.
Ah.
Captain Nephis.
Your pet again, eh? He is proving quite to be a useful companion to you, I must say.
He is a good friend.
Yes. She goes back to the paperwork.
Yes.
Hell yeah. Vin begins his long rest and meditates.
Fuck yeah. Okay. I'm using my godlike powers to state directly that the night goes, passes, in the morning we all wake up. So the first thing I need to do is let you guys chitty chat. Are you ready? You?
Ish.
Do you need a minute or two?
Yes.
That's totally fine because I'm gonna do something for someone.
Uh-oh.
The morning begins. Please tell me, how do you go about your day as I'm preparing this next wonderful thing?
Vin rises from his meditation and tells his wife to ask Peliel how the council meeting went yesterday.
Sorry, was that directed at me? Sorry, could you say that again?
My sheet, 'cause I don't remember.
Vin rises from his meditation and asks his wife to go ask that Peliel chap how he thinks the last council meeting went.
She looks at you quizzically, but does not ask or require detail. Very well.
You will be most pleased.
All right, she will indulge you.
Tell him you'd wish to follow up on some business from the council meeting. Go to him as a friend.
She gives you a much less quizzical and more annoyed look now. All right, tell me what you've done.
Trust me, go speak to Peliel.
Her gaze turns quite stern and she looks at you coldly and she says, Vinshenzo, my love, I'm not one of your pets to play with. Tell me what you've done, and perhaps I'll indulge you.
Let's just say that rumors are beginning to spread about his ability to recall certain things.
You can tell she's starting to get pissed with your runaround antsy answers, but instead of like confronting you, she just chooses to fuck off. I have no time for your games, Vinshenzo. I have things to do. Off with you now. And she herself leaves.
And is sad. I was just trying
Why didn't
to
my
make
wife
you
humor
happy.
me?
All right. Chill. Did you get my thing that I did?
Yes, and I'm a little confused.
Okay. Well,
or rather,
it's,
Isaac is a little confused.
You can use up to 25 words to respond to that. And
Oh.
are you? Oh yeah, you need your character sheet. Sorry, I forgot about
Oh.
Yeah, I'm totally waiting on you for my information.
that.
Damn it,
Okay.
Chris.
There, we'll do it like that. You want
Well,
lower?
just call write some shit down, no up. 'Cause I couldn't see the up.
Put the up down.
Put the down, up, down. There. Is that good enough? It's a genuine question. It's not sarcasm.
Yeah, I guess so. They don't need to be full screen though.
Can't not full screen it.
How can you not?
Well, while they're doing that for a minute,
It's fine. We're good. She's good.
Are you
What's going
talking
on?
about Tabletop Simulator?
No.
No, I gotta pull up a PDF of her. I gotta pull up a PDF of her character sheet so she can put some notes down on a piece of paper, which I totally support and encourage because it's a good idea. But because Tabletop Simulator doesn't, I don't have it full screen window. Just have it full screen, so it's kind of replacing TTS right now. And there's nothing wrong with that because I don't really need to look at it for the moment. And when I
You
do,
can switch
I'm gonna take
Tabletop
a-
Simulator to be a window, a bordered window.
you know what? I'm gonna stop being stubborn and I'm gonna actually fix my own.
I think, anyway.
Yeah.
I'm trying to be helpful.
You are helpful. We've solved the situation. We can carry on.
Oh, I don't know. Whenever you're ready, I have no fucking idea what I'm doing, so let's just
Okay.
jump in.
That's okay.
All right. Well, before we do that, I would like to know what all the islanders are doing today.
I'm gonna see about
island.
getting some of my villagers on helping with construction.
Okay.
I go to the guild and also help on construction.
And then Vazray, if possible. Do we have an idea of what the surrounding area is like? Have we explored this island?
So, I mean, you haven't, but the islanders have. So, reference this sanctuary island. They've been living here for the past 6 months. Basically, everything south. You see where I'm like drawing a little curve here, or indicating a little curve? Everything south of that has been pretty well explored. Everything north of that, nobody's had a reason to go up there, but it has been ventured into. Port Horizon itself, which is the village that you're in, most of the populace works and functions within this little sort of horseshoe shape. The village itself is quite small, but because they do a lot of agricultural, foresting, foraging, as well as some mining, their footprint is much larger than the actual town.
So, since Vazray is not helping with construction, hearing of this, she actually has legitimate concern about that northern section not having been explored. While they may not see much reason to explore up there, the problem is that what if that...
Let me rephrase it for you just to not give you the wrong impression. The island has been searched, explored, mapped, and secured, but that northern part doesn't get frequented. So in the sense of it's been cleared of potential like dangers, and everybody's
Okay,
pretty
so I don't
confident
have to
that it's-
actually go exploring everywhere. We've searched everything. It's just
No. You are in what is effectively a military fort of 700 plus soldiers with nothing better to do. They secured the fuck out of that island.
oh my god,
It's safe.
holy
They just
shit!
people just don't go up there because there's nothing special. They know there's nothing special because they went up there and then didn't bother going back.
You gotta keep that in mind, though.
Yeah. Oh yeah, no, 100%. The Vazray has a totally, absolutely legitimate like concern, which I would absolutely support Vazray going up there and doing that if that's something that she feels is an issue.
It's like I want to go up there. I don't know how much time it's going to take. It's probably going to take a couple of days, and I don't want to leave the council without my presence.
You can day trip out and back, but you wouldn't get a lot of ground covered.
Okay, how much time am I expecting to go to like up here? Because I'm interested in exploring up here.
You'd be there by noon. It's about 8 in the morning. Oh no, sorry, no, that's the top of a fucking mountain, dude. No, you're hiking up. Like
I was about to say that's why I was asking.
Let me pull that up for a second.
I imagine it's probably going to be kind of tall.
It's quite tall.
I don't need to be making like special expeditions. I'm just curious about exploring some of the island for myself. It's nice to see on a map, but I think for Vazray, we need to see what's actually going on.
I'll give you this. So the way that we have been running sort of time span and activities on Sanctuary Island is it goes by month blocks. So there will be like a month of downtime or something like that where we just spend 5 minutes saying, these guys do this. So if you want to spend a month exploring the island and making sure Vazray is absolutely certain with her own 2 little eyeballs that this place is totally safe, she can spend a month doing that.
I'd say for the next month, unless something interrupts, I'd have
Something
her
is
get
going to interrupt. I will tell you that right now.
Yeah, probably. I'd like to take probably 3
Probably more than one
militia
thing.
bolts.
Okay, so just for reference, because I went through the effort of looking it up, the average height in and around Port Horizon, you're about 11 feet above sea level. That mountain peak that you're looking at is 2,600 feet above sea level.
That's pretty high up there.
Quite high.
Yeah, we're
Oh
probably
my
just gonna
God.
we're just gonna explore the surrounding area, just kind of get a lay of the land for right now. We don't have to go up that direction, but just kind of like do like nice little circle probably around here, maybe explore the road.
Totally fine.
But yeah, we'll try to make sure that we're back in time for meetings.
You
but-
wouldn't be leaving in the morning if you wanted to be back in time for meetings. They do meetings in the morning.
But they do meetings. The council meetings are like every week, right?
Oh,
What's
right,
it?
yeah, you got an extra day. You got two days. You got a day. It's happening tomorrow.
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
But yeah, I was hoping to do a little bit of exploring and then try to make it back in time. But if I could take like 3 militia bolts with me and go out there, go get a lay of the land, and then come
Your
back when I need
people-
to.
They will follow Vazarai wherever she asks because she is their super boss.
Okay. Well, in that case, the villagers, as well as whatever remaining militia that are left here, will help the Port Horizon area with construction, as well as just trying to help with day-to-day tasks if they can.
Yeah, they'll be mixed. They've been factored into the populace.
Yeah, so long as they're keeping themselves busy, I'll just take 3 militia bolts with me, and we'll go out there and go get a lay of the land for a bit. So, see this new
Bullshit.
place, this sanctuary island, this new home that we're going to be having here. We might as well get to know it a bit better.
New
So-
home.
Yeah.
If Vazaray settles a new settlement, Vin will be insulted.
Stop typing.
But inexplicably complimented, maybe. Oh, good!
No.
Look, those creatures are out of here.
No.
Okay, we'll see. I just want to get a lay of the land. Okay, that's all I want to do. I'm taking my cat with me, by the way.
Fuck yeah. All right, Carlos, what are you up to today for the day? You wake up and you say, I choose violence. Sorry, I mean, I choose what?
So just for the day or for the month?
We're talking about today because things are going to happen today and I just focus on today.
Carlos would just kind of probably wander around town and try to refamiliarize himself with whatever's changed since he's been gone.
Cool. Nephis?
Oh, sorry.
Nephis recruits some of the fishermen to go out offshore fishing.
Oh, I love you so much. You get the full crew. As many guys
Hell
as
yeah.
you want. They all wave their hands and volunteer to sail with Captain Nephis, Stayonoga,
Excellent.
Sayonara.
I get to fish with Captain Nephis?
Oh yeah. Dude, the Tarvian sailors think he is a fucking hero because he was once one of them. And they look at him, they're like, he's one of us. Fuck, he's cool.
Hell yeah.
They see him as
Hell yeah.
like, yeah, you're anytime you need their help, like specifically the Tarvian sailors are ready to go.
Wish the kobolds felt that way about me, but now they think I'm lame.
Well,
Because
I
you
mean,
are
you're,
lame.
Shut up.
you're the only Nigerian in the room that doesn't speak Nigerian, so I don't know what you want to expect.
I don't know. I
Yeah.
can't do anything about it.
I'm sorry, I don't speak their mother tongue. Okay,
Isaac,
Vinshenzo, what are you
teach
up
me
to today?
Draconic.
Okay, but that might take a while.
We have months.
Some ting wong bing ting ow.
Unfortunately, no. No, we don't. War is coming.
Listening
Vin?
too much of your friend.
So is Amathray, like, going to speak to Peliel?
Yeah,
Okay.
she just got pissed at you because you were giving her roundabout answers and she got fed up.
Okay.
And she was tired of your game, so she walked off to go do the thing.
Just kind of hanging out in common areas, Vin would kind of like to keep an eye on Peliel. And, note any notable events that he does
Jesus Christ, can't spell.
throughout the day.
All right, what's your passive perception?
15.
And can you roll me insight, please?
I can roll you insight.
Oh yeah, he's gonna roll the fuck out of insight.
Fucking roll.
It's one of my worst skills, and I rolled a 1.
Oh!
Oh shit!
He looks totally normal. Doesn't seem as though he's like phased, off key, anything. If you hadn't been there doing it yourself, you swear he was totally fine and nothing had happened last night.
Okay, but I'd still like to keep an eye on him to see what he does in the day.
1000%.
Okay.
Okay. Isaac, I'm gonna give you a chance to respond to the information you've received and act on it a little bit. But for the interest of introducing our new cast member here, I'm gonna be skipping to Nephis quite toot sweet after you. But that's not to say that we won't be returning to you afterwards.
Well, I mean, you can go ahead and do that first if you want.
No, yours takes time precedence because it might set the scene for a couple of things. If you choose to share said information,
Yes,
gives a
I'm
chance
going
for
to
people
share what
think.
Gotrek told me, and that I asked for more information but haven't gotten it yet.
Oh, all right, go ahead and share.
I think he's waiting for more information.
Greetings, Pelio. I got a pretty concerning message when I woke up from Gotrek.
Oh, you're sharing it to Pelio. Sorry, I thought you meant you were sharing it to the group, and I was like,
No, I'm sharing to Pelio.
Oh, okay,
Hell
specifically
yeah.
Pelio. All right,
Because
deadly.
I feel like
Nothing
he's the
wrong
one
with
who
that.
would be the most relevant person to tell,
Yeah,
given
fair
that he's the leader of the Order, and Amithray told me to fuck off the last time I talked about demons and vampires.
It's true. Amithray did do that. She
Hell yeah.
do be like that sometimes. So Pelial, hearing this, knowing that the message from Gotrek takes you very intensely serious. Vinshenzo, you were watching from afar this whole time, so feel free to act. And given your passive perception, they're not hiding any of the next acts, so you're totally in on this from afar. Do with the info as you will. But Pelial turns to you and he says, That's grave news. It doesn't matter what the enemy is. If Gotrek says that we're in danger, we are in danger. I must convene a meeting of the council at once. We must send troops. We must find out where this threat is from. Please, Isaac, speak to your friends. We need the wide horizons. We need them out looking for this danger. The Bark of Bullen, on my word, the council will have it sent out. We can't let this island fall to danger.
I shall do so at once.
He's gonna turn and get himself ready to call.
Vincenzo's right there. I'm like, hey, do the
yeah,
thing.
he's like standing nearby.
I casually walk over. Greetings, Mr. Stormwind, Mr. Pelio.
Greetings, Vincenzo.
It is a good morning.
Well, not so much anymore.
Oh? Do tell.
I got a message from Gotrek.
Oh.
Apparently the great enemy has arrived in this meteor tower.
Oh.
I'm assuming he's speaking either of demons or undead, but until he responds, the exact specifics are, well, unknown. You know how he is. Almost as cryptic as you.
I do, quite intimately, unfortunately. I stand ready to defend the Isle.
Good. I'm gonna go gather the others.
Fuck yeah. So the way I'm going to play this out is while you're doing this, we're going to go on a Nephis fishing adventure and see what he catches.
Gonna catch a tiefling.
He's going to catch a tiefling. It's true. Okay. So Nephis.
And make it my wife.
Boom!
What a power
Alright.
move.
So where are you fishing off of Sanctuary Island today? You got the whole sea open to you. A whole
Gorge.
crew of really excited fellows just ready to be happy sailing and fishing.
Hmm. I say to the southwest.
To the southwest. All right. Can't. The fucking music is the best. Okay, so you set sail through the. Oh, don't turn off the music.
Okay.
It was awesome. It was great.
It's my
It's great.
adventure. Turn it back on.
Yeah, fuck you. So you set sail to the southwest, and you have, much like the music suggests, like a really happy, casual, fun atmosphere on board because the Tarvian sailors are just so excited to not be around their star-chass fucking like legates and centurion commanders, and they repeatedly tell you how much more enjoyable it is sailing the sea with people who enjoy the sea instead of star-chass commanders. So they're having a great time. About mid-morning, your lookout tells you that he's spotted debris floating off your port bow.
Oh. I pull out my spyglass to investigate from afar.
Roll me perception.
Uh.
That is a 17.
Okay, you see with your spyglass eyes what looks to be a figure far in the distance, clung to a makeshift raft that is just bobbing up and down in the waves of the effectively open ocean. It seems to be drifting in the direction of Sanctuary Island, but it is not going anywhere any fast.
I gesture to the crew. We have a stranded individual ahead. Prepare to something. I'm sorry, I'm really tired. Prepare to...
Man
Try to do
overboard.
stuff.
Men overboard. Yeah, exactly.
All right.
Get the nets.
I will be speaking for Nephis for the rest of the session.
The interpreter, yes. We need the Devon to Nephis interpreter.
So you travel. It takes about an hour to actually get to this wreck.
This motherfucker.
And upon arriving close enough to actually see with your naked eye what's going on, you see. Naturally, this is your turn to introduce yourself.
Oh, I gotta say my name now?
You gotta tell Devon about you and what he sees on
What
this
you look
raft.
like.
Yeah, what do you look like? All that kind of shit.
Okay, yes. You wanna pull up my benum?
Oh, right, yeah, I get to actually do this. This is fucking cool.
Wow.
There are certain things I couldn't recall quite, because she's quite dark.
Oh.
Here we go. One
It's a
Bunham.
demon.
Okay, hands off there, boys.
I put the boat in reverse.
Splendid.
Okay. Time out 1 second here.
Okay.
One.
No, stop. Be nice.
Okay, she's ready.
All right, so you're going to see a really dark figure on the boat, dark skins, and you'll notice full of leather, dark black hair, and there's horns. She is an archer, and one of the few things that she did manage to save from her wreck, she looks very weak as she has been caught in a current for weeks, just surrounding a bunch of islands with no way to get help, and now is very, very weak and yes.
Hell yeah.
I would like to make a roll to determine if this individual is of demonic or demon-related origin.
Ooh.
Okay.
What would that fall under? I'll make the roll of the D12
It is
or
kind
20.
of bad luck that we've been warned about demons lately.
Would be a history check. Probably.
Yeah.
History or
it'd be a
insight.
history check.
Yeah, I was unsure if it was insight or history. If it's history, it will be a 7.
History with a 7. You're not really sure. You can't tell one way or another. You have no real memories or experiences that can really guide you, and the only thing you really have to go on is your gut.
I remember there was one individual we did encounter in the deserts of the old world. I believe it was a tiefling, but that was
Desert of the old world?
Yes.
yes.
It was when we were in like the waste, not the wasteland, but like the fucking.
Oh, the Dordian Cognate? That
It
was
Yeah,
wasn't-
the
it wasn't
Cognate.
a
between
desert, but it was like a
civilization in the mountains. Yeah, okay. All right, yeah. So you know what a tiefling is then.
Yeah.
Yeah, we met one.
You would be aware.
And it was told to us that they're generally looked down upon as like bad luck or evil or something. I forget what exactly it was.
They're
said.
viewed with distrust.
Distrust. That's right.
That was
That's what I
For
remember.
the sake of pointing out that that was the area that you were traveling through, or the areas that you were traveling through, is how they perceived it.
Also,
Just point that
it was
out. But you guys
just
are from
also
that
the three people who encountered the tiefling was just myself, Carlos, and I think maybe Vinshenzo.
Was it?
I don't think Nephis was part of the
I
advanced
was there.
scouting part. Oh, you were?
Yes, sir.
Oh, well,
I
okay then.
remember having
Also, Chris,
training-
it's not fair for the DM to try to protect his wife. If we hate her
Fuck
character,
on.
that's just
I
how it
just-
is, all right?
All I said was that that was shit that you knew about in the old world, and I do remember at the time it was something. It was something that specific region that you guys have been, where you all mostly from, was how they fucking perceived that.
Yes.
So I also told Nephis to go with his gut, and his gut immediately said that thing looks like trouble,
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
and that was before you had said anything. So I ain't fucking simping, you bitch.
Lies.
All right, keep pressing forward there, Nephis.
Upon recognizing that it is a tiefling, he tells his men with hesitation, "Grab nets. We'll bring them aboard."
Yes.
Well, they rush to comply with no argument or hesitation, and they
I'm surprised.
they. well,
Nephis knows best.
So Ashley, you have a ship coming up to you
Mhm.
who have pulled up alongside your makeshift raft, and they're throwing nets overboard to allow you to climb up. And there are two human sailors that are reaching out with their hands to help pull you overboard onto the ship.
Okay. As I've been stuck adrift for many, 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 many days, countless, as she hasn't been able to keep track. She's very weak and is struggling to be able to get onto the boat, and also is very, how do you say that? Not curious, but weary of help, as she's not used to having help and is suffering a little bit of amnesia at the moment and is very confused.
Oh.
Oh no.
All right, Nephis, you got a tiefling on board. Caught a fish.
Caught a fish. Captain Nephis squats next to the tiefling. Tiefling. What is your name?
The only thing I can remember right now is Intari Naxibus. I can't think of anything else at the moment.
Well, Miss Atari. It's bad luck to encounter Antari. It's bad luck to encounter a tiefling, but from the looks of it, it looks like you're stumbled upon good luck with us.
We will see.
Oh,
Oh.
oh.
It looks like you've been adrift on this.
So fucking
Just
out of it, man.
immediately gives Nephis the business.
Fuck yeah.
I doubt you would have been getting anywhere on that wreckage you're floating on.
I'm having a hard time to remember right now, but being on the water feels very natural, and I'm assuming I must have hit a storm a while ago. All I know is I've been awake for days with no water, no food, and I can't think of what happened.
Nephis beckons to his one of the crewmates to fetch water and some rations for. We can take you back to our settlement, but I doubt some of the people there will be too keen on having you there. Demons.
Then why would you help me?
I am my own man. This is my ship. I choose what I do.
Well, I appreciate the help, but I don't want too much help from those I don't know.
At the very least, I can drop you off on shore. From there, you can decide.
I would appreciate that.
All right, you want to go
Nephis
straight
gets
back
up
to the
and,
settlement? You want to do some fishing? Because you came
We're
out
doing
to do some
fishing.
Fishing. Fuck yeah, we're doing fishing.
Good, because my girl needs to sleep.
We did
Last
one
rat.
good thing. We ain't turned back.
All right, roll me.
You did
How
your
long?
good deed for
I'm
the
gonna
day.
ask you this: how long are you gonna want
Exactly.
to stay out? You gonna do fishing for the day?
Fishing for the day, come back in the afternoon, pretty much.
Yeah. Survival. Survival. Me.
Yeehaw! Oh boy. Shucks. 11.
11.
Yep.
You, with keen eyes and a good solid crew, you're able to pick out one or two shoals of biting fish, and you're able to fill 1 ton's worth of cargo space with a fresh catch.
Oh.
This is due mostly to your experience in fishing, but as you're sailing around, it's pretty clear like the fish ain't biting. Something's not. The sea is not forthcoming with food today.
Bring
It
out
is
the whole
merely
ocean.
by your experienced eye that you were able to catch as much as you could. Your
Nephis
new
glares
passenger
down the
is.
stairs and at the tiefling.
Ooh. Yeah, she's resting below decks for now. One of the crewmen says made sure a cot was readied and brought food and water to make sure the guest was provided for. So you've been
Bad
given
luck to kill a
provisions.
seabird.
But her snoring makes you think it was a mistake.
After the end of your fishing day, you sail back towards Port Horizon. having finished well, I mean, you didn't come back with nothing, so you can call it as successful or unsuccessful a day as you wish.
Hey, I'm a great catch.
Oh.
True.
Nephis kicks you off the ship.
And you were due to pull into Port Horizon, we'll say in the later afternoon. But for the rest of the duration of your fishing voyage, I'm curious as to the reactions from Carlos and Vasseray, if she is informed about this crazy demon shit, when they hear it from Isaac.
I thought Vasseray had fucked off.
Vasseray is out of town unless
never mind.
something
No,
else
it
happened.
doesn't matter. Yeah, it doesn't matter because she fucked off.
You know what's
out of town. So
what's
Carlos,
even
what's going on?
worse?
Yeah.
The council's probably looking for her too. Like, where the hell is the kobold?
Yeah, possibly. Carlos,
So what exactly does fucking Isaac tell me?
I got a message from Gotrek about the great enemy having arrived in this meteor shower.
Oh, that doesn't sound good. How sure is he?
Very.
Does it know we're here?
He said they were near, but didn't elaborate further. I was gonna, if I hadn't gotten another new response before the council convenes, I was thinking of trying to contact him there.
Who else have you told?
Peliel, Vinshenzo, and now yourself.
Well, Peliel's on the council, so surely he must be, I don't know, organizing something, some kind of defense.
He's summoning the
Preparation.
council as we speak. I was gonna head there once I'd notified everyone.
Bill, this is dire news. I thought we would gotten rid of them.
It wasn't the message I was a message I was happy to hear when I woke up this morning.
Well, I suppose it's better to hear bad news early rather than me taken surprised by it.
Is a fair point.
You disconnected.
Well, since
Yeah,
that's that, I will start heading towards the council chamber.
Aye, as will I.
So it's going to take a decent amount of time for the council to assemble as Titus Crassus once again is up in the north port. You're not quite sure what he's doing there. Nobody ever really talks about Titus Crassus because he keeps to himself. Him and his cohort of Tarvian officers are usually not part of general activities. Siegfried and Amathray are present at the council meeting or at the pavilion as you arrive, but only when the Wide Horizons has docked does Titus Crassus show up. So you're still missing Pelial. The Wide Horizons at this point in time in the afternoon has returned to port. Now, Vinshenzo, you've been following him around all day.
Yeah.
So you know where he is, and you know that he is currently in his cottage with a number of the priests from the order. And there is a man who has been anxiously waiting at the cottage door for about an hour and a half now that hasn't been allowed in yet. And he's just kind of like shifting and looking around, and he sees you, but he doesn't really say anything because, you know, you're big and he's small.
I casually walk
Socially.
up to the door.
To the door itself? Okay.
Yeah. council is about to meet. I assume Mr. Palial will be in attendance. I say to the man.
The man looks at you hesitantly as if he doesn't really know whether he's supposed to respond or not. And he says, well, yes, my lord, I'm aware I'm here to bring the message myself, but they wouldn't let me in.
I gently rap at the door.
The face of a priest, all red and weathered with time, pops his head out the door quite sharply.
Oh.
And it seems as though before he's even opened the door, he's already yelling, and he says, "How many times have I told you you don't enter? Oh, my lord Vinshenzo, hello. Good day."
Hello.
Ilmater's blessings to you, good sir. How can the priesthood be of service?
Greetings upon you, holy man. Vin says,
He's still keeping the door like very closed. His head's just out, making sure that as little of the room as possible is visible.
Mr. Stormwind has brought a most important matter, and the council is assembling. I noticed Peliel is not in attendance, and I came to fetch him. Is he all right?
My lord Pelial is at prayer. He is asked not to be disturbed.
He will not be attending the meeting, then?
How urgent is this matter? It must not have been so important to merely send a runner, but with your presence, I begin to question my priorities in dismissing this fool.
It regards a great threat, I believe, is how Mr. Stormwind put it. I do not know
My
the
Lord
details
Vinshenzo.
myself.
Please, bid patience a moment while I inquire inside. And he, without waiting for a response, he like ducks back into the door and shuts it. In the cottage, you hear hushed tones of two people conversing, but trying really hard not to be overheard. The cottage walls are so thin though that you can hear them muttering to each other.
Can I roll perception to see if I can overhear?
Yeah, you can roll perception to see if you can overhear.
I overhear, or I try to.
You probably do.
17 plus 10, I believe.
17 plus 10. Yeah. Yes, you hear the
23.
whole conversation.
Oh my!
Oh fuck! Shit! Now I gotta.
Now you gotta do the conversation.
Now you gotta do the conversation.
Gotta figure out what he's gonna fucking say.
You can just give me the details, and you don't
No.
have to like act it out.
I just need a name. Just give me a second here.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Oh, Tim.
Oh, okay. So you hear the voice of the priest you'd spoken to. He begins, Father Grigori, I believe this council meeting is actually an urgent matter. Lord Cairona is here. Surely you mean Lady Cairona? No, Lord Cairona. Well, we have had enough of those meddling drow for now. Lord Pelial is sick, and Lord Pelial needs his rest for him to recover his constitution and his mind. He says he was not to be disturbed. Then don't make these fools disturb us. Be gone with them. Send them away. When Master Pelial is better, he can handle whatever trivial nonsense they want to bring forward now. Yes, Father Grigori. And so he comes back to the door. You hear of him fucking off across the floor, and he opens the the door, the same thing, as much of a crack as possible, and pokes his head through. My Lord Vinshenzo, 1,000 apologies, but my Lord Peliel is too ill. Perhaps he can be represented by another. Or perhaps the meeting could be waylaid until he's feeling better?
I don't believe that's possible, what with what Mr. Stormwind informed me. This seems to be an urgent matter.
My Holy Father has instructed me that he is too busy to be disturbed by any pressing concerns, and that he believes that the other council commanders should be apt to handle the task.
Very well. I will inform the council of his status. One other thing, Father.
Oh. Yeah.
I know it is not typical in your lifestyle, but perhaps my healing could be of assistance to Mr. Peliel.
Oh. He gives you the most dumbfounded expression possible, stares at you for a very long moment with the most nervous expression you've seen on him yet. His ruddy red face actually fucking drains of color and turns pale. And then after he realizes that he actually, time is passing, he fucking slams the door in your face and, fucking runs back.
How rude.
Oh. Well, shit.
Wide horizons, you've shown up in port.
I shout through the wall. All you had to do was say no. Simple bard song just heals the soul, but never mind.
Outstanding.
Yes, so Captain Nephis, and that was your character name again?
I go to the council.
Intari.
Intari. So Nephis and Intari, you have arrived at Port Horizon.
I parallel park the wide horizon.
Oh yeah.
I pull it into port.
Is there? You the only? They're on sort of the other side. They keep out of your berth. You have a spot. The crewmen, absent any direction, are going to immediately begin off-hauling your catch to be further processed and all the shit that happens with fish once it's been caught. If you want them to do something else, though, they'll heed your instructions. But absent instructions, that's what they're going to do.
Nephis lets his men do all the offloading, and he approaches the tiefling. So, Intari, this is the settlement. You're free to leave and go where you wish.
Thank you. Can I bother you for any more rations? And I really will be out of your hair.
He sees some of the fish nearby.
Yeah, there's fish. There's fish nearby. Yeah, there's barrels of fish.
He grabs
yet.
2 fish and hands it to her.
Congratulations, you're the proud owner of 2 raw fish.
All right.
I love it.
So with that, I'm going to start leaving, and I feel very stared at by everybody while everyone's watching everywhere she goes. She just is on the outside of the settlement, too close for people's comfort. So they're not sure what she's going to do. But once again, she's not sure really much about herself right now, as she's still recovering from amnesia.
Nephis would like to do one thing.
Okay.
That is, he would like to, wait, hold on. He casts Hunter Mark on, the Tiefling as a 3rd level spell.
Just to kind of keep an eye on.
Okay. For the sake of the audience, can you explain what Hunter's Mark does for
A 3rd level spell, I can, oh god. I can hold the spell up to 8 hours. I get a advantage on wisdom perception and wisdom saving or survivals checks on that creature, along with extra 1d6 damage to the target.
Oh, you have spell cards, don't you?
With the important part of Hunter's Mark.
Oh, it does. Oh, fuck! I could have just looked at that. I'm sorry.
Yeah, she
There you go.
gets
So
it.
he's just done that to you.
So I get advantages on survival checks and
Or no, she
perception
doesn't,
checks.
right?
No, yeah, it's just I just mark them.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I think
there's
it's
no
just
save,
mark.
It's instant.
Yeah,
And if,
you're right.
And if Hunter's Mark functions like I think it does, it allows him to know pretty much where she's at for the next 8 hours.
Mm-mm. I have to still
When you
make the
cast the
checks.
spell using a spell
Still
slot
have to use
3rd or
the
4th
check.
level, you can maintain your concentration for up to 8 hours. Yeah.
It just gives advantage on those checks and bonus damage on hits.
Oh, okay.
Oof.
I thought he was using it as a tracking method for the most part.
Oh, yeah.
So, that's what I thought.
Okay.
And with
As
that, I
you're-
immediately go to the council, the higher ups.
I was about to. Oh, that's actually quite convenient. So the portmaster, like not the quartermaster, but his subservient dude who handles all of the shipping logistics, essentially. He comes up to you. He's a Westlandian. You've over the past few months worked up a rather, well, it's up to you how cordial it is, but he's kind of in charge of all the land part of the boat logistics. His name is Frederick. And Frederick comes up to you as you're walking down the pier. He's great Captain Nephis. Good, I was just coming to find you. There's a council meeting. Sounds pretty urgent.
Hell yeah.
Hi. Nephis just kind of brushes past him as quickly as he can without going into like a jog or sprint.
Okay, have a great day.
Okay, have a wonderful time.
Hell yeah.
All right. Well, Nephis, you show up. I assume everybody else is assembled. So you show up, and the full Alliance Council minus Pelial is there.
Vazray's not there.
Vaziray's not there. Sorry, minus Pelial and Vaziray. Why are the two new characters the ones that immediately decide to fuck off into the middle of nowhere? God
I
damn it.
had to go see what was going on.
You guys are like assholes.
The character didn't get to hear about the news. It was too late.
True. All right. Well, you'll be informed later. Anyways,
Matter
so
of
everyone's there,
circumstance.
and Amithray is standing there looking a little bit confused. Siegfried is standing next to one of his buddies, and they're just chatting back and forth to each other. Titus Crassus is looking pretty not pleased with the fact that he's got to be here for. He doesn't even know why.
I inform Amithray. Mr. Pelial will not be joining us this evening. He's
Wait, you do that loudly, or
Just-
just like whisper in their ear?
just to Amithray.
Okay, then Isaac will speak up and ask, where's Pelial? I thought he organized this meeting after I mentioned Gotrik's message.
Okay.
Vinshenzo, if you're going to answer him,
I don't
That's
think he was
cool.
done with what he was telling Amithray.
okay, I'm just gonna say this: like there is no immediate response. There's everybody else is looking around as well when
Okay.
Isaac asks this out loud. So Vin, you keep going what you're doing, but I'm just saying that's what's going on. No one
I
else
guess
really knows
I'll
where he is.
retract what I was doing to Amithray and say,
No, you can
Mr.
still do that. Like, fuck.
Well, Mr.
I'm just saying in the background.
I retract what I was saying to Amithray, and I inform Isaac and the rest of the room that I went to fetch him at his hut or whatever.
Cottage.
Residence, yeah.
He's been... I was told by one of his clergy that he's been feeling unwell and is unable to attend today.
A murmur waves itself through the crowd of attendees, who are all the aides de camp. A lot of them, even the members of the Holy Order, because there are a bunch of them there, they're kind of looking around. They're looking a little bit confused, and there's now a low wave until Amithray slams her gauntleted fist onto the table, which makes a loud enough noise to everybody like fucking freezes still. And she looks at you, Isaac Stormwind, and says, "Isaac, I hear you're the reason for this. Speak up in Pelial's place."
Very well. This morning when I woke, I received a message from Gotrek. He says the great enemy has arrived, and they are near.
What great enemy?
Demons. Or vampires, or both. I haven't gotten a response yet, and I was going to try and reach out to him if that was the case. So I pull out the trinket and try and reach out to Gotrek with the thing. See if we can get him to appear at this council.
Okay. Hang on.
Oh, this should be good. If this character is like anything that like Anton remembered, the first time.
Oh, he's maybe crazier.
So, just to understand what you're doing, Isaac, are you just like standing in the middle of the room with the token out, knowing that his face is going to show up, or did you like sort of like do the activation and chuck it on the floor? Like, how do you present the head of Gotrek?
I place it on the table and back away.
Okay.
Give room.
Very large, almost as if the token understands it has that much space. There is a fucking massive head of Gotrek that appears, taking up the space directly above the table and pretty much filling the pavilion with phantasmal Gotrek's face. And the phantasmal head looks around him, seemingly down at all of the people that are gathered to attend the council meeting. "Ah! You look like ants! Why are you all ants? Where's Isaac?" And then the phantasmal head does
over here,
360 and then focuses on Isaac. "Isaac, what's with the ants?"
It's the Sanctuary Council, Gotrek, and they need to be informed of what you told me. In greater detail, please.
I don't have time for a meeting. I'm not a banker. I'm not a king. I don't do meetings. I kill. And I'm killing right now. What do you need?
Oh shit! He's killing right now. Oh shit!
The great enemy is a demon. And are they close to Sanctuary? That is what I need to know. Or rather,
your little home. Your little home, it's not safe. Have you looked around? Have you looked in all the nooks and crannies? Not the home itself, the neighborhood. The area. I seen them falling from the sky like cats. You ever seen a cat falling from the sky? They squeal and they squirm and they claw at the air. It makes me sick. The head blurs almost as if it becomes unfocused. And then moments later, after you hear what sounds like the sickening thunk of meat against a wall, Gotrek comes back into view.
They're demons, they're cretins, of death, everything that's wrong. Paleo knows. That little rat. He knows what to do. You know what to do, Isaac. Kill them all. They're gonna eat your skins. They're gonna fucking eat your skins, and they're gonna wear your skins in your heads as clothes. You get away from them. You kill them all.
And then his head vanishes.
You love this guy.
I retrieve the token and go, yeah.
The entire pavilion is looking directly at you now.
No, to translate demons nearby.
Cool.
And it's very, in fact, very unfortunate that Pelil is not here, because he could speak to them, or speak about them much better than I can.
Oops.
With a frustrated look on his face, Nephis steps forward to the table. I may have word from our fishing voyage of a possible threat.
Isaac would step aside and make room for Nephis.
What threat do you seek? Do you speak of? Says Siegfried from the side.
Upon our voyage, we encountered a tiefling stranded at sea. We rescued them and released them onto port. I didn't think much of it, other than bad luck.
Siegfried visibly recoils. Titus Crassus sitting nearby just looks at you, Nephis, and repeats what you had said.
And what of it?
I was under the assumption that tieflings were bound to some sort of demonic presence, and hearing that there's meteors and possibly close threats of demons.
You keep a watch on it, right?
I can, aye.
Well, make sure it just gets up to no good. And if it does, get rid of the problem. It's not our concern.
Says Titus. And he looks around.
Is this it? I have work to do.
I'm sorry that the security of the island is apparently not a concern for you, dude. Like, the fuck?
Yes, forgive me, but I wish for this isle to become more than just a Tarvian penal colony.
Crassus glares at you.
I'll be concerned about a threat, Cairona, when I see a threat.
And he points at the air where the head of Gotrek was a moment ago.
That's not credible information. That's a crazy man in smoke and mirrors. You wanna tell me about a threat? Go find one. Bring me proof. Then I'll be concerned. Until that, it's just stories and magic tricks.
He gets up and he leaves the table.
Really?
Before he
Two
gets up,
Gotrek
I wanna say
is
something.
an unreliable source of information. The guy who jailbreaked the fucking vampire castle.
Yes.
Okay. So I'll reiterate. You guys don't really know much about Crassus. Like, even though you've all been hanging out together for 6 months, Crassus himself, the commander of the Tarvians, isn't really around.
Okay,
He's a very like he's a very not secretive, but he's a very sort of selective person with who he speaks to. Half the times he's at the Alliance Council meetings, he doesn't fucking say anything. And the other half of the time he's not there. Like the few times he does make a comment, the comments that he usually makes are, "This is a waste of time. We should be doing this instead." And then he says nothing else. And if he doesn't get his way, he gets up and leaves. Like, this is what you know of Crassus. He's just a fucking, He's a bitter piece of shit. The Tarvians themselves, again, this is going on like 6 months of stuff, generally look to Siegfried. Because not only is he the Westlandian commander, but he also represents the humans in the Sanctuary Council. So they're used to more looking at Siegfried, which is why Crassus just fucks off into a corner with all his like buddies.
All right, don't trust Crassus, trust Siegfried. Got it.
Well, you don't know what Crassus does. Like, that's the thing. That's what I'm trying to say, is like nobody really knows anything. He shows up to a meeting, basically says nothing unless he sees a problem where he says you guys are fucking stupid, and then he walks away. And then he goes back to doing who knows what. Because nobody really bothers to check in on it.
Vin leans on the table, visibly furious.
Can I ask a quick question?
You can ask any questions you want. You're
From the time of arrival on the island to where this conversation is taking place in whatever said meeting, how much time has lapsed?
about 10 minutes.
Okay.
And you've been wandering around out in the outskirts of the village, right?
Well, I mean, considering it's only been 10 minutes, I've
Yeah.
probably just found a place to set all my stuff down and go through what I happen to have obviously saved off the wreckage and figure out what everything is. I have all these weapons and I can't recall ever using them.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay. So you just sat on the beach.
And
look
I
into
am
your
getting
stuff.
more... Well, not yet. I'll wait before I continue.
Nice. Cool.
Yes.
All right. So you're on the beach doing that. Okay. Is there any more input at the council meeting? Everyone's just kind of looking around at this dramatic shit that's just happened, and everyone's like,
Oh, if no one's going to say anything further, I'm gonna ask, what are we going to do about this information?
Yes, even if it's not true, or even if there's a chance that it's not true, we should do something. We should prepare, make some defenses, perhaps, make some plans. It's what you military type do, isn't it?
It is important to note that before the old world came to an end, the Tarvia I know was rotten to the core with vampires. Perhaps this Crassus fellow is one and the same.
oh,
I mean, have we seen him in daylight?
yeah, it's daylight right now.
Yes.
Then he is not a vampire because he would
I'm
have
not saying he's
incinerated the
a
moment he
vampire.
stepped out.
Could be in league with them.
He could be corrupted enough by them that he could be a vampire, or related to them, is what he's trying to say, pretty much.
All right, so Siegfried and Amathray are looking at sort of the map that you guys have so far, which is right here, and they look at the group of you and say, Siegfried asks, Have you seen any demons or anything on that Salamander Island?
No.
No. But there
And then
are
he
islands
points-
we have not explored yet.
He points at this one here and says, Do you know? Have you been there yet? Have you explored this recently?
No.
Perhaps. There are other islands to the south that we have not found yet. Maybe that's where they could be. I don't know. We must look. If for nothing else, to at least verify that there is something out there that's dangerous. And then Siegfried looks at you, Nephis, and says, That tiefling fellow, the girl, if she is of demon, perhaps she would know something about them.
Perhaps she could be used for information.
I grow quite tired of the curtness that we appropriate to new visitors of the Isle.
Devon went to beer back.
Oh shit.
I'm
Okay,
back.
well
Oh, never
he
mind.
addresses it to the crowd.
There, he's back. Sorry.
Oh, I just had to pee.
Hello.
You Nephis was addressed and he was asked, "Hey, you had that tiefling lady. Maybe she might know shit about the demons."
They're only able to recall their name. They said they were suffering some sort of memory loss.
Sounds suspicious.
Aye.
It's the only other lead we've got. Could be worth investigating.
Well, if we intend to explore the nearby islands, I will volunteer for that job as well.
Amithray declares that she's going to by her authority possess the bark of Bullen,
Oh.
crew it, and field a company of soldiers to patrol any nearby islands to search for any presence of a demonic threat.
And what if we find it? What then?
We exterminate it.
Precisely.
Seems like violence is the only thing these creatures understand.
Is making an offensive in our capabilities currently? We have 2 ships.
I would rather ride out and face the threat farther from home than wait for an unknown threat to approach us where we have nowhere else to run.
I would rather win the battle than lose it abroad.
Then go win the battle for me, Vinshenzo.
Amithray doesn't understand me, but that's okay. She's angry.
You're very
She
angry.
always-
You've been a little shit today with your little gimmicks
A
and
little
rhymes.
stunned today.
Yeah,
She should be happy.
she should be.
She's never happy.
I've work to conclude on the Isle here.
There are more pressing matters out there. Your little project will still continue in your absence.
I don't have the money
Good
for
job.
to go on a vacation.
She reaches and grabs you like with her forefinger, her index finger and thumb, like by the
Yeah.
jaw, and looks in your eyes, and she says, "Your duty is first and foremost to me, dearest.
Damn.
This whole project's
House
gonna get
Cairona.
ruined.
Demands."
Never financially recover from this.
How much of the is left on the construction, anyways?
This is the last month. It will be ready at the end of the month.
So, with us going away, how much more money would we have to put into it, given that we've completed 2/3?
You already put the money into it. You're fine.
But the
Me and Vinshenzo being present reduced the cost.
yeah, the final cost
Yes.
was offset by our labor. Our projected labor versus the projected cost.
It's up to you how and when you want to leave. and what decisions you make with the priorities that you have, it's up to you.
Isaac's going off to find demons. That's what's happening.
I finished the construction.
Nephis
Okay.
stops the tiefling.
Okay.
He requests,
Well, I'll keep working until more stuff is discussed later.
Sure.
it might be helpful to have a security team watch the tiefling. I can track
Carlos,
them
what
and
say
lead us
you?
to them.
About because like they seem to have things under control to me.
Okay, so what are you gonna do? Sorry.
I'll help whoever requests it.
Deadly. All right, Nephis, you're tracking the tiefling, are you?
Actually,
Were they?
I ask Carlos.
Oh,
Mm-hmm. To help you?
Yes. You're very
Sure.
good at being sneaky and roundabout.
I'll help you.
no to be found.
I find Carlos and Nephis.
Oh,
You find me. And Carlos. What's left
you
of
are
him?
found. You find each other, and each other, you are found.
Perhaps putting
I
an
look at him.
eye on that Crassus fellow would be more gleaning than our new refugee.
You'd have me look at the Tarvian. Was he
Legate.
general? Legate. You'd have me watch the Tarvian legate over this possible threat, while I also need to go back to my ship. I can only do so much, Vin.
I'm not telling you to do anything, but I find it quite queer that someone such as himself would disappear for days at a time, going God knows where, gods know where on the island, for unknown reasons.
Aye, his objection to my statement was very odd, to say the least.
Indeed.
I'm just thinking out loud, gentlemen. It's up to you. I leave what you do chiefly in your hands.
He was pretty odd this during the meeting, Nephis. He almost seemed like he didn't care about the welfare of the colony.
Yes. I remember somebody who acted like that long ago. Quite similar to
Okay,
Titus Viridius, if I must say. The Magister
might-
of Confluentia, remember him?
remember him? Another Titus.
Remember him from forever ago? Yeah.
So many
Another
Tituses.
Tituses.
It's the
Popular
John.
name in,
It's the John Smith of fucking
Tarvia.
of Tarvia.
Too bad there's not that many anymore. Haha. Oof. Anyway.
Well, Nephis, you're the only one here that's met this this individual, this tiefling. Who do you think would be? How strange were they? Do you think they're really that much of a threat?
I'm unsure, but after hearing the news Isaac provided, it is disconcerting. The timing is too spot on.
Yes.
Say, perhaps we can have some of the skilled Drow watch Titus.
By that you mean me.
That or some of your wife's men. Women.
Yeah.
Or women.
Wife's men.
Your wife's women. Soldiers.
Soldiers.
I would not trust such a delicate task into the hands of
Well, if we
inexceptional people.
want to glean information from this tiefling, then Carlos or Vinshenzo would probably be the best bet.
Yes. I will speak with her in my off hours, when I am not toiling away at the guild.
Okay, so who's gonna go find the tiefling?
I'm gonna finish my work for the day, and then I'll go find the tiefling.
Okay, and the rest of them are what you guys doing? Tracking her down?
Isaac's just going to prepare, and then he's probably going to head out with the Bark of Bullen if that's actually happening.
Yeah, that's actually happening.
Yeah.
They're loading up Toot Sweet. Oh yeah, roll me survival night, and then you're back by now.
Let's just say if another
Do I pay like what, a third of 500 then? Because I'll probably be away from the rest of the construction.
You're gonna be owing at the end of it, but
for the time being,
yeah,
you're just gonna leave it be. All right.
it's one of those like. There's not anything anybody can do about it. Like, the construction is started, it has to be finished, you will be owing. They will make a note.
How much is
You're
he
in
owing?
debt.
What was it, 6%?
5%, so 500. I'm offsetting 500 with my labor.
Yeah.
I've been there for 2 months.
So it would be 500 each for whoever walks away. You'd be incurring an expense of 500 gold pieces.
Will it still be built to the same quality without Isaac?
Yeah, the workers aren't gonna like up and quit.
Okay.
No, it just means
we
that
can
like
be owing then. I'm fine
yeah,
with that.
the workers. It's not like construction's gonna pause. Like, that's kind of what Emma3 was trying to tell you. Like, hey, you don't need to fucking be there for every second of it. Go away and do things.
Mr. Stormwind, if anybody
Quit
comes
hovering.
to you regarding your labor, tell them to come to me.
No, that's fine. I'll offset the cost myself. As was part of our agreement.
But in the interim, if anybody gives you trouble, I will deal with them appropriately.
I have the coin. It's no issue. But thanks for the offer.
Yes, I appreciate your continued effort.
Okay. Actually, just ran off to pee, so I just want to know what is Nephis and Carlos doing? What is Vastra doing when she gets back?
I guess we're keeping an eye on. Weren't we gonna keep an eye on the fucking Legate guy? I guess since.
Yeah, I wasn't 100%
Vinshenzo's
sure
game-
how that turned out.
Well, first of all, go ahead. Sorry.
You can decide to do whatever you want. Vin just gave you his thoughts.
Nephis turns to Carlos. Perhaps we should locate the tiefling, see where they're bedding, and then we can head to scout out Titus.
Aye, that could work.
Perhaps I should come along for your gallivant to Mr. What's Titus's last name?
Crassus.
Mr. Precious's, or no, Legate Precious's surveillance. I do enjoy like being I do enjoy being present when I'm proven right.
Aye.
Oh,
Your presence isn't objected.
Presence is
Welcome.
presence enough. All right. So the group, Vasserai, what are you doing?
Did I find anything during my patrol, or was it just a nice
You
walk,
didn't-
pretty much?
It was a nice walk. You learned a lot.
It's a nice place.
Today. You find things. You gain a familiarity of the surroundings.
Well, when I get back, I go ahead and dismiss the 3 militia that went with me.
They are dismissed.
They will go do their thing. And does the town seem off? I'd imagine with the news, I'd imagine things may seem a little off. Maybe things are a bit quieter today. Maybe there's unusual activity.
The ship that saved you is preparing for war. Soldiers are mounting crossbows, not crossbows, ballistas are loading.
oh,
And you can see like
no.
crates of stuff. There are a combination of men in plate mail armor, or not plate mail armor, so chainmail armor, and Drow in their segmented breastplate armor. Men with
God damn it,
breasts,
Vin.
that are forming up on the pier and preparing to board the Bark of Bullen. Boarding Bark of Bullen.
Vazray does not board this ship. However, she is going to head over there and just kind of observe, try to figure out what the hell is going on. Because
You gonna
This-
ask anyone?
yeah, if anybody's around, I may ask them.
I mean, Isaac would be helping loading supplies.
You're
There you
freaking
go, Isaac's there.
intimidating. But
Yeah,
sure, I'll ask you.
the giant man with.
As
Oh, are you
excuse
gonna
me,
Are
sir.
you gonna notice the dragon fang necklace this time?
Good question.
The thing that
Do
might
I-
go. Oh shit!
Do I passively perceive it?
It's a big fucking necklace. I'm pretty sure it'd be easy to see.
Yeah, it's like she walks over to Isaac, gets ready to ask her a question, and then just like stops for a moment, just staring at the tooth, like, uh-oh.
Is that what I think it is?
I look up. Can I help you with something?
Vazray points to the necklace. Where did you get that?
Oh, we killed a white dragon. He was kind of a massive dick.
That's just it. That's all he says. Is just
Kind of a massive dick. I love it.
freaking blunt about it.
Yeah,
Vazray isn't really sure.
I
how to
don't
feel
know
about
that you worship dragons or anything like that. That's just kind of what happened. That's a quick and simple explanation.
men
Children
with
of the
breasts.
Men breasts.
child of the gods has fallen. It seems. I guess it was never said that they'd necessarily be on friendly terms. I just hope that. Never mind. What's going on here? She just tries to just stop thinking about the freaking tooth for a moment and just looks at the ship.
It was a white dragon. Relax.
Yeah, it was a white dragon, so I did say that. If you are familiar with,
It's
It doesn't-
chromatic.
It doesn't,
doesn't matter.
It's just a dragon in general. So.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah,
a
but,
chromatic dragon.
I was a chromatic dragon, which are generally evil.
Yeah.
They are the children of
Evil.
Tiamat.
Yeah, potentially children of Tiamat, yeah. I
No.
wonder if necessarily if that always means that's true in the other realm, but if that is, then
That
will be a glorious-
In the base rules for 5e, they are. In Chris's homebrew setting stuff, I don't know.
I don't fuck too much with Dragonborn. If dragon, like there's Bahamut, which is the cool dragon god, and Tiamat, which is not the cool dragon god, I would wholeheartedly stipulate that the chromatic dragons are affiliated with Tiamat.
She has like
Oh,
7
well.
heads. She is cool.
well, in that case, as much as it is sad to see a dragon die, we're celebrating knowing that an agent of evil has fallen. So.
Well, back to the other question. Well, long and crazy story short, we've received news of demons. So we're going out patrolling.
Demons. Vazre may or may not know about demons. Good question.
Creatures of the infernal planes.
I'm trying to figure out what would I roll for that. Would I roll history?
It would be
or
history
religion?
to recall. History to recall information about demons. Religion if you want to, like, if there's a religious side of it.
Yeah, it's probably better
Logically
with
speaking.
history.
Because history is what's supposed to be used for recalling information.
Oh, that's not good. Yeah, we got a 7. We probably haven't heard too much of demons. We've probably heard of them in stories, but
You know that demons come and take. They come and take away children who leave out their leftover cold bowls of soup.
yeah, it's the children's stories pretty much. It's like, make sure you're in bed in time, otherwise they're gonna carry you off.
When you lose your left shoe, but you still have your right shoe, it's because it was eaten by a shoe demon.
Wow.
Are they all like Krampus?
No, they're like
I thought Krampus
soft
was
elves.
huge.
They're like cute
These
little,
ones are
like,
probably huge. We're freaking
They're-
kobolds.
they're like
We're
cute
tiny.
little fairy tales.
Pardon me for not
kobolds.
being familiar.
Wait, how tall is Vasray, actually?
Approximately.
Is he
tiny.
tall or short for a kobold?
2'5".
So, like, in the middle.
Yeah, it's pretty much in the middle. I mean, that's kobolds are
Probably
generally
lower end of middle, because it's 2 to
kobolds are
3
nice.
feet, I believe.
2 to 3 feet. So I mean, it's still somewhere in the middle. So yeah, that's generally the height
As the
range.
2'5" and the 6'5" converse,
Rice is bigger.
people look on in what the
Freaking
fuck.
crazy.
huge. Like I have to look
So
up
it's
at
a
you.
little
It's
bit
like
bigger
this
than
is
Jack, but not big.
real. Just looking at you is like just a pain in the neck.
You're smaller than my 6-year-old niece.
I grab Vasseray's cat and huck it into the ocean.
You
Wow.
Coco.
Coco, no.
I don't
My
do
cat.
that.
Go, Coco.
My cat.
Turn the sea into cocoa.
All right, well, does Vasray say anything more to this?
She doesn't think that she can necessarily help with this, but if she needs to help with home defense, she certainly can. Whatever is happening with these demons, Bahamut bless them, and may they be safe on their journey, and beware of demons. So
Well, if you want to help out, you can probably find Vinshenzo or Carlos or Nephis and see if they need your assistance with something. Because I'm assuming the 2'5" kobold is not going to be able to help load supplies.
no, we are much too small and we're not strong. Yes, I think I will go and see about seeing Carlos or Vinshenzo. Cairona. She makes sure to say the full name, just remembering what he said.
I did say you could call me
Good day to you, then.
whatever you want. So
Yeah, she's
Vinchenzo.
Vinshenzo.
yeah.
We're still trying to learn his name. You insult of a dragon. But yeah, she gives Isaac a nod if there's nothing more to do, and then she goes to seek either Carlos or Vinshenzo, whoever first.
Find them together.
Oh, how lovely! Joyous day. She goes and meets the two over here. Are they discussing anything?
Where are you guys at currently? Like, location in the world, in the town. You're on the beach?
If we were going to be doing
by the shore or
the
something?
plan, we'd go back to the docks and I would begin tracking.
Okay, well, if that's where you're standing and
Antari.
talking, like close to the docks, I just would like to point out, like you can see her off in the distance, just sitting on the shore the whole time. So
Oh,
she's not hard to find. She's just over there.
Oh, there she
Damn.
is now.
I thought you guys were still in town at the pavilion. I didn't realize you're on the docks. What had said that to start?
Nephis is always near the water.
Nephis is always
Okay.
near his boat.
it's home.
Oh,
Wait, which one's always near the water?
Nephis.
I was just kind of saying that.
The sailor man
He
who
likes-
owns the boat.
He likes being on his ship.
He is a man
Is-
of the
is
sea,
a more accurate.
truly a sailor.
He can see that I'm doing this.
Oh,
Okay.
What is she doing, Mr. Nephis? Captain Nephis.
They like all huddled together, like looking through a goddamn spyglass.
I'm
he
suffering
doesn't.
from
He
night
does have a
blindness.
spyglass.
I pull out my spyglass to enhance the
Like,
image. Enhance.
like they're like freaking busy just looking through this thing. Vasri just kind of walks up behind them. So what you looking at? What
Hey, what are you doing?
are
Hey,
you doing? What's going on here? Why are we
Nephis
hiding?
nonchalantly turns to try facing a taller creature and then looks down.
She stares up at Nephis, just waiting for an answer.
Hello.
Greetings. What are you
What is
doing?
it that you need? What are we doing?
She nods. Yes.
We're casing out possible threats. What are you doing?
I've returned from my trip of exploration outside of town and go see if everything is well out there. I must say this is a beautiful island, and when I came back, Isaac, was it, told me everything of what's been going on. Came to see if I could
Nephis.
offer my services.
Nephis passes the spyglass to Carlos.
Carlos looks through the spyglass.
Whose turn is
keep
it that
them
the
on a beach.
spyglass?
Miss Pinefall, you didn't happen to run into that legate Titus fellow, did you?
No. Should I have?
Just curious is all.
She squints, bit curious to what he means by this.
I squint.
Very suspicious drow.
drow.
Just a sus drow over here. No, I've been outside of town since this morning and only just now returned.
Yes, a myriad of things have happened, but you said Isaac has briefed you what's happened.
He has, and I can see that there's soldiers loading up on the ships.
Aye. Not on my ship, though. I'll stay in the harbor for now.
Is there anything that I could assist you with then?
Nephis looks to Carlos and Vin.
Vin looks to Carlos.
Well, what are your skills?
What are my skills?
Aye, what can you do?
What are you good at?
What are you good at? Well, I can tell you in my previous job, I was a temple guard. I'm familiar with religion, magic, good with history, good with reading faces. As I can see that clearly all of you are suspicious of me.
Just suspicious of how much help you can provide.
Wise considering we only just met not long ago, but if there's nothing you need of me, I don't wish to keep you and allow you to do whatever you're doing with that. She just kind of like looks at the spyglass, just kind of pointing up to the spyglass. She kind of like tries to like lean a little bit to kind of see who they're looking at in the distance if she can. I don't think she can. She's probably too short.
I don't think we need anything at the moment, but it is good to know that you are capable of fighting. Should be useful at some point, I'm sure.
I have been in a fight or two.
Unfortunately.
As a guard, I would hope so.
What did Vin say?
As a guard, I would have hoped so. Well, I think most guards would prefer not to have to fight.
It is unfortunate that things must come to violence so commonly.
It is the way of the world.
There are a lot of unfriendly things out there, and sometimes you must fight for it. My duty as a temple guard was mainly protecting not only the temple, but also the hatchery within it. She
Very
just
well.
kind of...
Well, we'll let you know if we need your assistance.
Aye.
Then you know where to find me. I'll see if I can help anybody else around town.
Very well, Miss Pinefall.
She gives a bow and sets off to leave them to
Farewell.
their business. And I leave you guys, whatever it is that you're doing.
Observing. Watching.
Reconnaissance.
I'm gonna find a book or something.
I know a place that has books.
Good luck getting any.
Ooh. Okay.
Wow.
Wow. But yeah, since there's talk of demons, it might be best to educate myself on demons. So, if there are any books involving that.
There's no library. If you actually want books, there's a place where you go, but I don't know if you would know where that place is.
No, she wouldn't. She's still new here.
So you don't know a place with books.
Yeah, she'd probably just kind of wander around, just kind of
Actually,
looking.
sorry, that's a lie. There is a place with books. It's called the Quartermaster's Lodge.
Oh my god. Okay.
There's also the place called Khutula's house.
You guys stuffed her
Quartermaster-
in there with all of the
Quartermaster's-
Who's this
books.
Khutula character?
Quartermaster's Lodge doesn't actually have books to read. They have like a whole lot of fucking data.
They have ledgers.
I am so
Yeah,
glad that
they're
you
just
didn't say it was
ledgers.
like books with pictures in them. Look, pictures.
No, it's just ledgers.
Okay. Yeah, that may not be of much use. Yeah, if there's
Derek's
no
favorite book.
if there's no like books of demons or anything that I could find that may help me in this situation, it might not be worth reading right now.
Now, the best place you'd probably be able to find information would be to consult the order, or the members of the order.
Yeah, she'll.
Khutula can also do stuff, but you don't.
Yes, but does Vasray know about Khutula?
I
Not yet.
probably not. She'll just keep looking. I leave you guys to do your part, whatever it is that you're doing.
Hell yeah! All right, let's get to it. Search crew, beach party, extraordinary, whatever the fuck you guys call yourselves. Get to it.
Out of curiosity, how much how much are we gonna go over time?
I'm hoping to finish within the next few minutes. I'm not.
Copy that.
I'm paying attention to the time. I'm just trying to wrap things up in a nice tidy bow and give everybody a chance to say hello to each other before we end a session, having not everybody met each other in the party. But it's also just been going in a flow this whole time, so I haven't wanted to break the flow yet. Like you guys have just, since about 9:45, have just been rolling continuously.
Aye.
Hello.
Hello.
So I'm trying to let the momentum die down, and then as soon as the momentum dies down, like
Well, Nephis just stands cross-armed while he observes
If you want to speak, like you just speak, eh? Like you can chime in, and you don't have to ask my permission to talk.
Atari
I was
just
trying to
watching
ask
these
you a question.
people look
Yeah,
at her
no,
with a
which is-
spyglass.
Because yeah, if that dude is keeping an eye on me, there's a few things that I can say
Yeah,
that
that's all on
maybe
you. That's
over
all
this
you.
time.
You whole time. that's all
So obviously, I'm not too far down the beach, but far enough where you need a spyglass and you can't just see me normally. And you notice I didn't go too far because I was weak. I sat down. I ate the fish raw because I was just so hungry and weak.
Damn.
Took a bit of a rest and laid out all my items, trying to recall what they're from, where they're from, why are they mine, why do I have them. And each time that Nephis spies on the glass, I'm like doing something a little bit different. And the last time he sees, I am in absolute rage out of frustration. And I'm just literally yelling, why can't I remember? And I start getting like physically like throwing things around, smashing things, because I am at that point of just complete frustration. Still not knowing who I am or what I am. So it's concerning to the villagers because now with, obviously my species, I have a deep, loud voice that rumbles, especially when yelling, and I'm strong, so I'm breaking things which are starting to make people talk and concerned that my presence is there. And
I tap on Vin and Carlos's shoulder. She's starting to have some sort of fit on the beach.
yeah, essentially a mental breakdown.
She
You said you
seems
wanted to
frustrated
speak.
by something.
You said you wanted to speak to her, Vin.
I had a similar bout of anger when we arrived here. I wouldn't consider it unusual.
Aye. But perhaps being able to let them know what... I'm sorry, my brain is a scramble. Perhaps giving them a crash course of what has happened.
What do you mean? Elaborate a little.
I'm speaking
Like
to
in what
Vin,
sense? What has happened? Okay.
like the
Yes.
well,
and
that's what he says
perhaps
to Vin.
I had a bit of an idea, Captain Nephis. Perhaps we could recruit her on our little gallivant to go visit Titus. And we can discuss such things on the way.
Could also keep an eye on her that way.
Precisely.
Keep her in the loop, but not entirely.
I have no issue keeping her in the loop entirely, honestly. I do not see a amnesiac tiefling to be much of a threat.
And perhaps if we come to her and let her know what's going on, then perhaps she'll feel more trusted. Could let us know, perhaps, what her intentions are.
Yes, she may become a good friend of ours.
I'll let you do the talking.
Instead of poking and prodding at her like a lab rat.
A lab what now?
A lab rat that you'd find in a laboratory.
I'm not familiar.
Intimately familiar.
My father used to dissect such creatures.
Dear Lord.
Your father was an interesting man.
Yes.
I wonder if he survived.
Nephis collapses his
Yes.
spyglass. Well, I'll leave it to you.
Okay.
Do you want us,
We can continue next session.
Yeah, that's the momentum has passed. We will end that there. We will continue
I
IC.
think it's a good stopping point.
No, it is. That's what I mean. This is an appropriate time.
Is Zentari gonna be an IC chat?
It's entirely
In
up to her.
what?
Oh,
In character chat, I'm assuming?
You know, you know the giant.
It took me a fucking second, okay? I'm not used to this.
Yeah.
And I would say yes, and I probably will check time to time, but I am not reliable on texting back and stuff. I'm one of those people, I start writing and I forget to send, and 4 days later I'm like, oh shit,
that's
send.
fine.
So
No issue at
As
all.
long as you do the homework, it doesn't matter. Well, it does matter. But as long as you do the homework, that's the bare minimum. It seems to be achieved.
Yes. Yeah, I think that's a good
Which is
stopping
okay.
point. I could continue, but I don't want to hold people up.
My
Yeah.
juice is running dry as well.
Drink some water.
I'm drinking
Oh.
water.
liar.
My-
Oh, now
my-
you are. We had beer.
My brain juice is running dry.
That's not water.
Brain juice.
It's got water in it.
I also heard Chris taking fat rips.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh, did you cough?
Don't
No,
believe
I'm
it.
just too close to the thing. Maybe they heard you too.
Oh wait, no, wait. Rips like on a bong or rips on like a joint?
Does it matter?
I guess.
All of the
Yes.
above.
They're
Well, if it was
American,
both,
it's
that was
not the
only
same
me.
culture.
Yes. Chris is partaking.
Not in the bongs. No.
No, I don't do that.
Yeah,
That's not
Chris
the
is a
point.
good boy.
That's the hard drugs.
He
That's
was.
the
he
line.
was.
Different.
Leave me alone.
Here, love.
I hope Ashley had fun. I know you didn't get a lot of time.
No, that was more than enough for not knowing what the fuck I was doing or gonna say or how I was supposed to portray certain things, when I'm supposed to be in character and when I can just die, like, you know.
You can't do anything wrong.
Don't never say never. Don't you know this?
I didn't say never.
Ooh.
You could
New
you just
map.
say you can never do anything wrong.
New map.
I thought I just said you can't do anything wrong.
Have a
Oh
wondrous
my
Well,
night,
God.
that's
everyone.
essentially you cannot,
Have a good
meaning
night,
you
night.
never do. Like it's the same thing essentially. Oh, whatever, Mr. Technical. Meanwhile, I do that all the time too, so it's all good.
There's
Yeah.
another map for the for
What
Wow,
land is
here.
this?
This is the new
Wow.
the island we hadn't explored yet, which is probably where Isaac's setting.
Oh boy.
Oh, goody.
I'm mad at all the freaking human
sorry, I'm
idiots
just-
that made us settle on the smallest island in all the land.
Suck my nuts, man. Fuck you.
it's
It's
actually
not your fault.
It might not be as big as Salamander Island, but it's a hell of a lot better for food and lumber.
it's actually pretty fucking huge.
It's Tutorial Island.
Tutorial Island. It is.
That's a lot of markers.
This is all shit that Vin saw from. You don't know 100% what they mean. Oh, sorry.
What do
I
they
can explain what
mean?
they mean. Let me rephrase that. This is all the shit that you would have noted in your travels. As I was going back over and remembering what it was that you had seen.
It's okay, we'll just have to colonize them.
So who will be leading this?
Shit, if you're there, it's you, man.
Oh, I'm in charge. Fuck.
As an
Well,
amateur in
you're
charge?
not captain of the ship, but the troops are looking at you.
I thought amateur was going.
I thought
Is he a
Amathray
big
was
wasn't-
personally going.
I thought Amathray would appoint an actual like military leader.
Not it.
Crap.
Oh, did I say that? Did Amethyr say she
thought,
was going?
but
I can't fucking.
I might have
remember.
misheard.
No, I don't think she said she was going, but she was
I
going to
don't
use
think
her
she said-
authority to commandeer the ship and
I might
Yeah,
not
load
have
it
she's-
through.
So
I
the
would kill
the
fucking
bark of
your wife
Bullen.
I'd assumed she would have
Wasn't-
sent like I don't know, Namidre or someone to lead it.
The bark of Bullen isn't
Isaac has a crush
directly
on Namidre.
under Alliance control. When it's doing all of its like trading and fishing and doing shit like that, it's working for Port Horizon. It's working for like, you know, the Sanctuary Council. Essentially, like they're doing civilian shit. So what Amethyr did was basically said like, okay, civilian shit time over. We're now going and doing real stuff. She used her authority to say, cut that out. We're going to go do something. So she commandeered it. She took it away from its duties. She reassigned it to another task because she had that authority.
Okay.
And so they loaded up a bunch of troops. And then yeah. Good night, Nephis.
Got it.
Good night.
So, do we have Vinshenzo's notes on this then, or are we just going blind and I'm leading this ship?
So, yeah, you guys have all of the information that is available to you, which was Vinshenzo's notes, but he did a pretty damn good job, and when he worked in coordination with Nephis, they managed to draw up, like, the maps.
Wow,
And they were doing pretty good
I don't
rolls and
remember
stuff.
that at all, but I trust you.
I remember that you said, well, first of all, I remember that when you were doing the scouting, you rolled really fucking wickedly for your perception.
I'm a perceptive guy.
Yeah, so I remember you did that, and then I also remember you came back and you said that you were detailing the information to Devon.
Oh yeah, I remember now.
You were on the ship, and so you were giving Nephis that information, and based on that, from what I gathered, was he constructed a map based on your information, and again, as I said, you were really fucking detailed, so this is what you get.
Hey, Isaac, you should go here first. There's a party. Go to the party.
Oh, I didn't actually see what that fucking icon was, but that's okay. I know what it's.
There's one here too.
There's 2 parties. Wow. Lucky them.
What should I do for the next layer?
Should actually layer it. You
With
take the
what?
original paint, you go over top of it, so that it brings back like a 3-dimensional tone.
What if I don't remember the original paint?
Oh man, that's a.
You put it all back up in the cupboards.
Have you been painting under the
It's all there.
influence?
I'm not painting. Ashley's painting.
I have a whole bunch of like little military ammo boxes and a whole bunch of little crap that I'm painting, like little figurine style for the Warhammer table that we were making.
Has she been painting under the influence?
Oh,
Hell yeah. Okay, it was fun. I can't wait to see what we get up to next time with our new friend.
well, thanks for having me, you guys. It was not too bad the first time not knowing what I was doing. I enjoyed it. And see you guys
Hell
next
yeah.
week,
I
if that's
hope you
alright.
have fun. Had fun.
Alright.
Hell yeah.
Good night. Bye.
Good night. Hell yeah. Dude,
No, you're good. She gone.
Dude, we
No.
converted another D&D person to D&D.
Hell yeah.
I can still hear him.
Fine, go away.
I'm going. I want to go for a cigarette. Fuck you,
Dude.
man. Give me a kiss.
Let's talk about Ashley behind her back now.
Yeah. Yeah. Wait, you hear the ka-chunk of the door?
I don't know about this new Ashley person in the group.
Yeah, seems kind of sus to me.
She's outside. It's easier to talk to people behind their back when they're.
I only
Nephis.
talk about
Fucking
people
guy.
behind their back when I want to. Okay.
Damn.
I think I'm gonna go to bed
Goddamn
too.
night.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
seem
have a good
kinda
night, buddy.
tired.
What? Dude, I was on point today.
I'm just saying, because you had a nap, but then you were, you had the nap, and I imagine you're still tired.
I didn't have a nap.
From that nap.
That's what I heard.
He lost track of time.
I was doing other stuff, I'm sorry.
I heard it was because you had a nap.
Well, sounds I don't know.
Who said
Very so
this?
on that one.
Who's been spreading rumors about me?
None other than, what was it, Night?
Night.
None other than Night.
Now that Knight isn't here, we can spread rumors about him.
Hell yeah.
Knight is secretly a really nice guy.
Knight is my
Are you
favorite
secretly a
person in the
furry?
whole world.
I don't want to say bad things about Knight. He's too nice.
Knight
I don't like
for
this game
president.
anymore.
Ooh, good burning.
Yeah, I'm gonna have something to eat and then maybe.
Hang on, 2 seconds.
Oh,
I need to know. New player's a new player.
modify memory is a cool spell.
Hell yeah, dude.
Yes, it is a really cool spell. I know she didn't do much, but you guys are the OG group. Are you okay with her continuing
She seemed
on
good.
for another
she seemed
session?
to have
Yeah, I don't care.
a lot prepared for a newbie.
Oh yeah, she was sitting there and taking notes the whole time. She has like a full page of notes of like she was prepared. She knew exactly what she wanted to say.
Hell yeah, dude. You'd love to see
She
it.
was like, eagerly
Big
writing while
ups,
you guys were
Ashley.
doing shit.
I mean, if she posts an IC, that would make her an A+. But we already have people in the OG who don't post an IC, so...
But you know
Yeah.
what? It's okay, because that's just the way it is, and everybody has their way that they get into D&D.
Yeah, that's okay. I'm fine with it.
Yeah.
Maybe she'll be an A+ later, and she'll post an IC every minute of every day, all day, every day.
She does spend a lot of time on her phone, so if she gets hooked into this, I wouldn't be surprised.
Hell yeah, dude.
Kardoc, are you running away to bed super fast?
No. I'm off
Not a War
tomorrow.
Thunder?